Hey everybody, how's it going? Ooh, that's a little quiet. Let me turn that up a little bit. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, I have the stream live. Do I still need to manually set that thing to... Okay, no, it's auto set to public now. Sorry, the way you stream on YouTube is very different from the way you stream on other websites. Well, let me pause that preview. I don't need that. Cool. How's it going, everybody? I, today, am going to be editing a Pokemon challenge from beginning to end. That includes the entire voiceover. I have a script here. It is how many pages? Six full pages, which for me is a short script. This is gonna be kind of a short video. Maybe like 20 minutes, 25? Probably between like 20 and 25 minutes. So I thought this would be a good one to stream, because it's not horrifically long. And also, it's probably going to take me longer to work on, because I'm going to be, like, talking to you guys. When I'm doing the voiceover for the actual script, I'm not going to be able to really talk to you guys during that, obviously, because I'm on mic with you. But I will be able to talk with you guys lots after, once we're in, like, the editing process. Voiceover beginning to end, it depends on how many flubs I do, which sometimes is a lot. Some days I'm really tongue-tied. I'm good at improv. I'm not great at reading scripts. I get so tongue-tied. So we'll see how it goes. But my average, if I'm like on a roll, is about 4 minutes per page. And I've got 6 pages here. They're 6 full pages. Are they all full, or are there any awkward spacing? Let me check. Oh, you know what? I actually didn't fix the spacing on this. Let me fix that right now. Yeah, that's a little messed up right there. Enter, enter, enter. Okay. Okay, after doing that, it says 7 pages, but the last page is literally just 1 sentence. So it's 6 pages. It's 6 pages. Does that look good? Yeah, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Now, I would put it on screen, like the script, but I have the script on a vertical monitor, so I don't think it would look presentable at all. Hold on. I'm gonna try throwing it on screen, and we'll just see how messed up it looks, but I imagine it's not gonna look any good at all. Let me get a, I guess I want a window capture for this. And I want it to be this script. Whoa, look at this vertical monitor shit. So if I shrink it down, oh my god, shrink it down more. Oh yeah, just read that. Let me, okay, hold on. What if I crop this a bit? Okay, let's crop it in. We're gonna bring in the sides a bit. Here we go, here we go. YouTube is telling me now would be a good time to insert ads. That's a lie. Now would not be a good time to insert ads. You know what? Maybe I can make this work. Oh, well, first of all, hold on. This should be under the intro memes. Did it just purge it? What happened? Where did it go? What the hell? Did it try and put it into one of these groups? Yes, it did. Ugh, there we go. That worked. Beautiful. Just fucking beautiful. Let me change that a little. Don't you snap. How can she snap? There we go. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. It's hideous, but it's beautiful. Will NDB ever learn to use the word hardly correctly? I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of this complaint before. Time to get out your magnifying glasses? Yeah. Okay, well this is probably legible for you unless you're on a phone now. How can she slap reference? Yeah. I should like tweet out and let people know that I'm live. been hoping to ask for a while, but you mentioned you have Fantasia. What is dreaming like? That is literally the #1 most asked question whenever people hear about me having aphantasia. I can dream. I see decently well in my dreams. I mean, I guess I don't know what the average is, but I don't know. I remember having, you know, like when I wake up after the dream, I remember seeing things in the dream, so. Here's the thing, aphantasia is not like a wire is crossed and you're completely unable to see things in your head on like, on a level of like, Jesus, how do you even describe this? Aphantasia is really abstract. It's not like you have a physical inability to be able to picture things in your head. It's that picturing things in your head is a skill, and your brain didn't naturally develop it the way that it was supposed to. You know? It's not like how a person with no arms can't pick something up with their arms because they don't have them. This is like, God, what's even a good comparison? This is like such a unique thing. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. It's one of the most commonly used words in your videos, dude. Use it in weird ways. What, hardly? I mean, I can Control F my script right now and see if I use the word hardly. Let's see. Search key not found. I did not use the word hardly in this entire script. Are you sure that's one of my most used words? It's like a 5,000 word script, which is short for me. This is actually a really short script. Thank you so much for taking the question in such good faith. I'm learning a lot. Oh, obviously good faith. Like, honestly, no one's gonna ask about aphantasia in a, I don't know, how do you even do it in bad faith? Dishonestly ask about aphantasia? I don't even know how you do that. How many people just looked up for a pop-up on their computer? Oh, sorry. Usually when I hear a Windows noise like that, I always say out loud, that was my Windows, not yours, so that you know. It just didn't even come to mind that time, sorry. Right, am I happy with how this on-screen script looks? Because I wasn't planning on having it on screen at first. I was just gonna have like my audio recording software up there. I don't know. What if I like... Hold on, I'm getting ideas. What if I put it right there so it's like it's somewhat centered to the video screen, right? Let's get rid of the intro memes so we can kind of see this, right? I take the window capture. I want to add like a little bit of transparency to it. Ah, there's no filter for that. Yeah, there's no opacity setting, is there? Like, I could chroma key, but that's not really what I'm looking for. Like, let's say I chroma key it, right? And I chroma key white. Ugh! That's not what I wanted. Let's lower the similarity. Whoa! Okay, no, that's pretty crazy looking. Whoa. No, that looks fucking nuts. Oh, hey, hold on. Hold on. Maybe I do have something I can do here. Haha! There's an opacity slider. There's an opacity slider in the chroma key settings that does the opacity of the image rather than the opacity of the chroma key itself. Well, I stumbled across that one. Okay, now what if we rocked that? And I turn on... Hold on, I gotta switch window for this to work. I open Audacity, and I turn this on. So what we got here... We have Audacity. This is my audio recording software. And then we have this over it. So you can see in the background, if I click this, you can see the wavelengths being written. Ooh. Fancy. It looks awful. It looks completely awful. Let me change this a little bit. What if I do like that? This is probably just a bad idea, isn't it? This This looks awful. I don't 100% hate it. Maybe we'll rock with this because it's making me laugh. It looks god-awful, but we can rock with this. Yeah, the scuff is half the fun. I agree. Oh, that's so good. Oh, it's like you're a live video editing. I'm assuming that you're on your phone and that auto-corrected. Because my autocorrect on my phone is atrocious. It's changing real words into the wrong real word all the time. It's the worst. Okay. I don't know how you could focus with this. Okay, well, when I'm reading the script, when I'm reading it, I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing here because this would be nightmarish. I'm not actually even going to be looking at this. Hold on, move my nose over here. Okay, I'm not even going to be looking at this screen at all. I also hate when he's on a live editing. Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, I'm not going to be looking at the Audacity at all. That's going to be on my main monitor, and I'm going to be looking at my left monitor, which I have in vertical. Because I have it on vertical, I'm going to tilt it. I'm going to stand up and do the voiceover that way. Now, while I'm doing that, you're not really gonna... I'm not gonna be able to read the chat. I'll probably be doing the voiceover for like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. And during that time, I'm not really gonna be able to read chat or respond because I'm gonna be pretty focused on the voiceover. As soon as the voiceover is done though, then I'm right back to talking to you guys. I'll drag it in the editing software and, you know, this is pretty much a casual stream. Looks fun. It'd be a pain to actually try and read from. Yeah, it's kind of just there so you know what's going on and you get to see my typos and stuff. You know? Why did you name your Clink Guerrero? Well, I think you'll see on screen it's because that's hilarious. I mean, you can see the script. I'm sure chat can help you, though. Love your content, been watching for about 3 years. Thank you. So not used to IMDb swearing sounds weird. Well, I'll have you know, I've uploaded over 6,000 videos, and I only don't swear in about 100 of them. Okay. Is there anything I want to set up before I do the voiceover? Probably not.
Bet I can smash
I
that.
can smash that. Oh, that is not displaying right. That's not displaying right at all. Oh God, can I even fix that right now? I can't fix that right now. I'll have to fix that in between streams. I don't know why that didn't display right. But if I pop up in this window, I can see. Blazing Glory donated 1 Canadian through Super Chat. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, that didn't display right on screen. I don't entirely know why, but I know how I'm gonna troubleshoot it, so I can do that between streams. The text was way too big for some reason, and as a result, it didn't say how much you donated on the screen, it just said your name, which was weird. Yeah, that was weird too, because I didn't get a second notification. Shadow's just talking to me twice. Huh. That's, odd. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. That was weird. Okay. Is it gonna do that every time? Or it gives me 2 notifications on, like, a huge delay? I don't know. That's weird, though. Okay. Okay, I don't need this recording. That's all junk. That doesn't need to be there. I'm gonna turn off that music now, because I think we're about ready to actually do this. I want to... Hold on, let me turn this off for a second. Because I want to go pop out my chat. Oh, I can hit the heart thing. Sweet. There we go. I need to pop out my chat. Pop out chat. Here we go. And I'll drag that over here. There we go. Because I was just seeing what you were saying in like the OBS preview, but I'm not going to be looking at that the whole stream. So I want an easier to read popped out chat. This is Saturday's run, right? No, this is Saturday, like next week Saturday. Yeah, the Saturday after. Because the next Saturday, the challenge is already like edited and up on Patreon. Reminder, everybody, my Patreon is linked in the description of all of my videos. And if you pledge any amount of money, literally $1 or up, then you get all of my challenges the moment I have them done. So like we're gonna do the whole edit today, just tonight on this stream. And then after the stream is done, I'm gonna render the video and then make the thumbnail for it, upload it, and then I'm gonna link it on Patreon. So like, yeah, I guess you kind of get to see the challenge early in some form on this. Not really. You get to hear all the audio from it, at least on this, and you're gonna see some of the video, but like with the editing process, you're not watching back every last bit of it, you know? So when you, yeah, if you pledge on Patreon, then literally like sometime tonight after this stream, you'd be getting this whole challenge video just like emailed to you. It'll be like on the Patreon and you'll get an email for it and a phone notification if you have Patreon on your phone. Yeah, it'll be nice. Getting it done real early in the week so that the Patreon people see it almost 2 full weeks early. They see it like, what, 12 days early? About 12 days early. I guess 11 days early-ish, depending on how you look at it, because it's going to pass midnight in my time zone. It's like 10:30 at night right now for me. So I'm just, I'm doing this voiceover, I'm doing this edit, doing the stream, hanging out with you guys, and then after that, I'm like, probably going to go like get the mail at 3 in the morning or something. I misspelled Sharon's name all the time. Also, it's not spelled how you spelled it either. It's C-H-R-E-N-E. Something weird like that. I spell it wrong all the time, though. Because there's so many ways to spell that name. Like, you just spelled it 2 different ways, and neither way is the way that the character spells it in the game. That's why I get fucked up on that. That, and there is a Charon with the spelling I spelled in a different Pokemon game. Yeah, what Alex Nuzlocke there said. C-H-E-R-E-N. Yeah. That's the Charon in this game. But there's multiple. It's confusing. Okay, I am getting ready to do this voiceover. I won't really be able to read the chat while I do this. But that's okay. If you do any super chats or anything during this, I may not notice right away, but I will notice after. You'll notice that there's a goal at the top of the chat. If you click on it, the goal is 15 teal super chats, which are super chats over $5, or $5, including $5. And it is the help out with the please don't let my PC explode fund. Been having a lot of computer issues lately. The temperature on my CPU is very unusually high. It's not at the point of instability yet, but it is at the point where it's throttling my CPU very often. So that's not great. Are super thanks still a thing? Yes. My GPU just really needs updating because it maxes out on some things it should not be maxing out on. And my RAM just behaves very oddly from time to time, and I'm probably not too far off of having to upgrade that. But that means I would also need to get a new motherboard and thus a new CPU because I would be on a new chipset at that point. Because, you know, everything in my computer is like 6 years old now, and the work I do all requires a pretty strong computer. And so it's getting to that point where it's getting a bit dilapidated and a lot of things need updating, but the things that need updating are very fucking expensive. And I do not have money to throw around, especially with tax season coming up. And with how I also pay business tax, and Canada takes your business tax ahead of time. They calculate how much money they think you're going to owe based on your previous year's earnings. But every year I earn less than the year before it. So I overpay on business tax every year, and then I get a little bit back at the end. But that means I'm always strapped for cash on business tax because they make you pay ahead of time on what they think it'll be, and they always overvalue it. So,
Bet I can smash
it's nightmarish. I hate it. I hate it here. I can't wait to move my business out of here. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Ross C. $10. I don't know if that's Canadian or American or what. It doesn't really tell me. I think it's American because there's no CA next to it. Glad to catch you live. Thanks for the years of content. Also, it's weird to hear you curse. Oh, I have over 6,000 videos.
Bet I can smash that.
It's doing that twice every time. I don't know why it's doing that. Right. I have over 6,000 videos and I only don't swear in about 100 of them. But thank you. I appreciate it. Wait 4 years to move to America if you're smart. No, I don't think I will be doing that because the economy over here is absolutely nightmarish, and in the last 4 years, it has gotten unbelievably bad, and it was already horrendous before that. You guys don't know how...
Smash that.
Now, that time they synced up. That was crazy. You guys don't know how good you have it when it comes to the economy. When your neighboring country is in a literal economic crisis and has been for over a decade. But you don't know that because nobody learns about Canada who doesn't live in Canada. I don't blame you. It's not the most interesting place on earth. Thank you, Odin, for the $5 for the computer unexploding fund, also USD. I appreciate it because if you didn't know, don't be so self-centered to think American problems are the worst in the world. I agree. I don't live in America. Anyway, I appreciate the USD because the Canadian dollar lost another 10 cents in value in comparison to yours. So USD is worth a lot here. When I was in high school, our money was worth more than yours. Now it's worth 43% less? It may have changed since I checked like a week ago because our money changes value quickly. Tariffs are making it worse, aren't they? Yeah, they are making things worse. However, they haven't come in yet. And also, our economic problems were long before the tariffs. Yeah, Ukraine's problems are... Ukraine is being invaded. America doesn't have it the worst. They're not being invaded by the superpower next to them. That isn't to say that they don't have real problems. Every country has real problems. Okay. Housing almost anywhere in Canada is horrific. Yep. We now have the most expensive housing in the first world. It's bad. It's bad. Aren't tariffs reciprocal, though? That doesn't... Okay, well, one, not really. Two, that doesn't change the economic problems of Canada. Anyway, I don't want to get into this shit. I got a voiceover to do. Okay, I took my headset off. I'm going to start getting in position for this voiceover, so it's going to sound a little weird for a second. You're going to hear every last flub I do. You're going to hear me do it live, and then you're going to hear me do it in fast forward when I'm editing. You got tech issues still? Yeah, I actually have new ones now. You can check them on my Twitter. I was tweeting about them earlier today. Okay, let me move this monitor. What does that angle look like? That's not bad. I don't like that Flux is yellowing it a little bit. Makes it just a little harder to read, actually. I'm going to turn off Flux. Normally I wouldn't do that this late at night. Kind of bugs my eyes. But, Flux be damned, I have to work. Whew, that's bright. Okay. When I'm doing this voiceover, I don't want to be talking to chat a whole bunch because that'll just cause a whole lot more work for me in the edit. So I'm gonna have to not be talking to you guys for just a few minutes, maybe 20 to 30 minutes to get this voiceover done. Um, but any super chats I will still be able to see after. I will glance over a little bit so I can see what's going on. I just won't be able to verbally respond. Otherwise I'd be just causing tons of issues for me. I've seen that series, Millie Girl. There's a guy who compares Canadian housing prices to castles in Europe, as well as islands in Hawaii. It is cheaper to buy a castle in Europe or a island in Hawaii than it is to purchase a rundown crack shack in Toronto. I don't even live in Toronto, and it's horrifically expensive. But yeah, legit, you can buy castles in Europe for like 1.5 mil, and 1.5 mil in Canada does not even get you a family home anymore. But unfortunately, anytime you talk about economic problems in Canada or housing problems in Canada, people who don't know anything about it just talk down to Canadians and say, it can't be that bad because I live in X country, and over here we have this thing I don't like. And it's like, that has nothing to do with the topic of conversation, and you know nothing about this. It's very frustrating to be talked down to by people who have not researched your housing at all. Especially when it's Americans who are like, yeah, but why would you want to move here? It's expensive. Okay, but I've actually studied both American and Canadian housing prices because, of course, I would have my due diligence to look into the country I would be moving to, and I have for years now, you know? So, like, if you were looking into moving to Canada and you were looking at our prices and your prices, then you probably wouldn't be saying that, you know? Because then you would know.
That.
Oh, thanks, Philip. Small donation to the Buy a Castle in Europe fund. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll get that European castle before I know it. Where is Europe, though? To the right. Okay. Is Bunnyary not right? I'm calling it Bunnyary. If you're looking for cheap housing, look no further than the scenic Lent Hill. No refunds. NW, what's the challenge? Look on screen. You're looking at the script. It says it right at the top. You thought you knew the Canadian economy was bad. You didn't think it was that bad. We've been having a real estate crisis since I was in high school, and I'm 32 now. It's gotten worse every year. Boone Erie is how it's pronounced. I like Bunnyary.
Bet I can smash that.
Oh shit. Thank you. Pershath. Sorry, it's hard to read on that yellow background. I'm like really far away from the chat. Thanks for years of great content. Looking forward to the next part of the Deus Ex playthrough. You'll be happy to know that I have like 7 hours of Deus Ex recorded with Blood Geek right now. I just need to find time to edit it. Oh shit, thank you, Alex Nuzlocker, for the 5. If you're gonna move to the US, you might want to do it in style and live that island life. No, man, instead of trying to save up 1.5 mil to buy like an island, I think I would rather just save up like a normal human amount of money and purchase a small, modest family home in like a town. I don't want to live in a city. I don't like city living. I've had to do it against my will for a good chunk of my life. I grew up in a small town that is not even an incorporated township. I'm perfectly happy living in the middle of nowhere as long as the internet is good. If anything, I prefer it. Unfortunately, even the middle of nowhere is unbelievably expensive in Canada. It's unreal. I could move back to my hometown, in which only about 3,000 people live in town itself, And I wouldn't be saving money over being here.
Bet I can smash that.
It's nuts. Because at least my current place is rent controlled, so it didn't go up to market value. So I'm paying $3,000 a month for my rent. That's not including gas or hydro, electricity, nothing. That's including nothing. I'm paying $3,000 a month just for my rent. That's not even counting that I also pay my mom's rent for her. But if I were to get this place today, right now, I got this place right before COVID hit. The prices are so much worse now that it would be like $6,000 a month. I wouldn't be able to afford it. That's more than me and my mom's rent combined. So yeah, that is how bad the housing crisis is here. I don't even own. I'm just renting. And if I owned, that wouldn't be good either because mortgage rates went up. Land tax is horrible too. Really, it's a crisis. There's a reason every political party in elections now, they're just all trying to claim they can build the most new houses. You're lucky that that you got your place before COVID happened. Landlord didn't change rent afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, that's the same thing with me, where they can only raise the rent a certain amount per year. That's why a lot of people do rent evictions, where they just find an excuse to get the tenant out so that they can essentially evict them through renovations and then get new tenants in at the new price. Because legally here, you can only raise the rent like 2.5% a year. So that's why my rent is way below market price, even though my rent is still fucking ridiculous. But, you know, population here has exploded. Okay, where I live right now, when I was growing up, this was a dirt field. Oakville was like a town. It was the town of Oakville. Now it's like a city, and nobody knows what the population is anymore because they haven't done a census in like 5 years. So, like, we know it's way higher. It might be close to a fucking million at this point. Because so many people from Toronto left Toronto to move here. Nobody knows what the population is anymore, but holy shit, this used to be a town. US is getting closer to a housing crisis. Canada's far worse for sure. Yeah, and there's still places you can go in the US where the housing is quite nice and affordable, all things considered, especially when you're someone like me who'd be bringing my job with me and bringing my family with me. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting super distracted. This always happens when anytime anyone asks about me moving to the States, I start talking about it, then I always have a bunch of people who are like, don't move here because, and then they're listing things where it's like, any self-respecting person moving to another nation would have already considered that. You have no idea how often people are like, yeah, housing might be cheaper here, but have you considered healthcare? How dumb do you think I am if you think that there's any chance that I've been planning to move me and my family there for many years and that it simply never came to mind to look into healthcare costs? I would have to be so phenomenally stupid. Oh my god. No faith in me, I swear. You just assume the Canadian doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay. I'm hydrated. Water is delicious. Okay, let me get my mouse over here. There we go. Do you guys have the on-screen thing here? Yeah, you do. Wait, no, you don't. Let me fix that. There we go. Cool. Cool. Oh, and let me click this so I can see the chat a little better. There we go. You're Canadian? Yes. It's like right on my Twitter. Right on my Twitter, it says like location, and it says like Canada. It says like Ontario, Canada, and it says my time zone. That's a big streamer tip, by the way. Any streamers out there? Put your time zone in your location on Twitter. Makes it easier for people to figure out when you're live. How long will the stream last? Till I'm done the edit. Okay, chat. I know some of you just came in, so I'll just give you the spiel again real quick, and then chat, it'll be your job to let new people coming in know. But I'm gonna do the voiceover now for the Pokemon Black with 1 Clink run. You can see the script on screen. It looks really jank. That's half the fun. I'm gonna record the voiceover here. While I'm recording the voiceover, I'm not really gonna be able to see the chat. If you do any super chats, I have like an easy way of checking it after. I just need to hit like a super chat button thing, and I can see all of them. But I won't be able to read the chat while I'm doing the voiceover. So, don't go too crazy. But I hope you have fun. This will be a little weird because you're gonna hear me talking a lot. You're gonna hear me flubbing a lot even. But it is what it is. I'm gonna try and power through this pretty much in one go. I'm gonna take a pause right before I do the ad lib thing on the outro, probably, because I usually like having a little bit of water then. I might even pause between a few of the pages just to have some water. I'll talk to you guys a little bit then, so I'll check in with you a little here and there. But really, I want to get the voiceover pretty much done. It'll take like 25, 30 minutes maybe. And then when the voiceover is done, I'm going to bring it into Premiere, and then I'll just be talking to you guys while I edit the whole time. This is like the one part of the stream where I'm not really going to be able to communicate to you much. So if you have any like last minute thing you want to say or ask me or whatever, as long as it's like quick, hopefully, then go for it now. I'm just going to have a little bit of water. Life-giving water, nectar of the gods. I got a button for that. Where is it?
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods.
It's so loud. Clink through black sounds extremely rough. I salute you, good sir. It wasn't as bad as you'd think it was, but like you'll learn that in a second. Can you play the wrestling music, background music? I could. Do you guys want the music while I do this voiceover? Because I can do that. Like, it wouldn't bother me. I'm not even wearing my headset. I'd be able to hear it, like, a little bit, I guess. But, like, I don't think it's going to feed back into the mic. I'll just put the headset farther away so there's no way it could feed back into the mic. There we go. No way the mic would hear it from there. You know what? This cord's a little tied up. Let me fix that. I've still got the Snooka's groove stuck in my head. Will this be a new weekly stream? No. I might do this a little more often, but not weekly. No. As long as it won't feedback and doesn't bother you. Are you interested in Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition coming out? I've never played Xenoblade, sorry. Favorite Pokemon that isn't Gengar? Well, Gengar is not my favorite Pokemon. It's Drowsy. Gengar's cool. It's not my favorite. The only reason Gengar was my display picture on Twitter is because of that gag in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Let's Play. You actually get to see in that Let's Play the moment I made that my display picture. First live stream, so I'm pretty excited. Sweet. Normally I like play video games on my streams. This is kind of a unique one. Hope you have fun with Monster Hunter though. I know everyone, all my friends are playing tons of Monster Hunter and they want me to play it with them. It's just, you know, one, super expensive video game. Can't drop that kind of money right now. And two, I'm busy. I got so much work to do. I thought your favorite was Swalot? No? That's the stomach thing, the purple thing from Gen 3, right? I don't think that's even in my top 10. I like the design, though. I'm watching your videos for a couple of years. Wanted to say thank you for the awesome videos. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm rambling enough. I guess I'll turn the music on for you guys, and I'm just going to test to make sure real quick that there's no feedback. Okay, there's no way there's feedback. Is it even playing? Okay, yeah, zero chance of feedback. We're good. I literally can't even hear it from here. I have the headset like across the room. I can't even hear it from here, so there's absolutely no way the mic can pick it up. That's perfect. That was my only worry. And that worry has been assuaded. Assuaged? Don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do the voiceover now. It looks like no one had any questions for me or anything, so I'm gonna do the voiceover. Oh shit, I never like tweeted and said that I was live, did I? Ugh. Ugh. I should do that. You know what? Remind me to do that after I do the voiceover, because this is the not interesting part anyway. Because I can't really talk to you guys during the voiceover, you know? So enjoy 700 loops of this song. It's like a 3-minute song, so it'll loop more than once per page. All right, everybody. I'm doing the voiceover now. You'll be able to see on screen that it's recording. You'll also be able to see when I pause to talk to you guys. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves. Okay, let's do this. Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Emerald with only one Bulbasaur is pretty hard solo run. Let's follow that up with another hard solo run. Today's the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Black with a team of only one Klink? So Klink is a first form steel type Pokemon with pretty low stats, about on par with a first form starter. We've got really low speed, so that's going to be a big weakness, but our defenses aren't too bad. Our ability is either plus or minus, so totally useless in a solo run. By level up, we can actually learn a lot of cool moves like Charge Beam, Mirror Shot, Shift Gear, and Gear Grind. We're not really amazing with a lot of those moves, but I figure that between stuff like Shift Gear and Charge Beam, we could become pretty powerful over the course of a fight if we can survive long enough. By TM, we can learn a lot of cool electric moves. Oh, no, worded that wrong. By TM, we have a lot of cool electric moves that we can learn outside. Nope. By TM, we can learn a lot of cool electric moves, but outside of that is just the standard stuff that most Pokemon can learn. Thunderbolt could be pretty good, although I guess Charge Beam is still more important since our special attack isn't exactly amazing. Not sure yet. I guess I could always get the TM for both and then try each one. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. This is going to be really hard by the end. I can see this being one of those runs where we can't win at level 100. Being slow and not having a ton of health means that we probably are going to faint to any fighting moves. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Klink. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So, right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Snivy with Klink so that we can do the whole run with it. I name him Guerrero, because that's hilarious. Our nature is lonely, so more attack and less defense. Well, this is going to make us weaker to a lot of fighting moves, but the attack is pretty good. I think I'll stick with this. Alright, so I figure the early game won't be too bad outside of maybe having some troubles with the fire moves from Charon and the first gym. Then again, we get Gear Grind early, so that might help us brute force our way through. The normal gym is normally horrible, but I think it'll be fine this time just because we resist normal type moves. I don't want to get overconfident though. Intimidate might make us way too weak. We'll see though. We're in the medium slow leveling category, so we might not be a very high level by the time we get there. Let's just see how these early fights go. So first is Charon at level 12, and he actually almost takes us out right away. Ember is doing tons of damage to us. He heals with a berry, and we'd have fainted if the fight went one more round. Thankfully, his second Pokemon is just a Purloin who is hitting us for 1 damage, so we won. But man, that was brutal. I was worried this might happen. So against the first gym, we got stuck on Lillipup for ages because of because we flinched to bites and he uses potions to last longer. We eventually took him out, but even with the help of our berry, we can't beat Pansear because we can't handle fire moves. I'm gonna have to do the very slow wild Pokemon grind to get to level 16, then I'll have a new move. Hopefully that'll save us. Once I got Gear Grind at level 16, we had a way easier time. It's a 50 power move that always hits twice, so it did great damage. We even crit one of the hits to get the win. Last is the Charon fight on the way out of town, but we don't even get hit by a fire move this time, so we had no problems at all. The nice thing about Gear Grind being a double hit every time is that we've got double the chances of a crit. Sure, if it was a single hit move with 100 power, then the crit would be even stronger, but having it be a 50 power move with 2 hits is still great. If it wasn't for that 15% miss chance, this move would be pretty amazing. We're on the road again, and I'm really thinking that this normal gym fight might be a loss. I don't think we'll have to grind super long if we do lose, but I just don't see us winning yet. Gear Grind isn't super powerful against everyone, just the more frail Pokemon. We may have an attack nature, but we still don't have any... We may have an attack nature, but we still don't really have an amazing attack stat. I'm gonna fight nearly every trainer on my way, and maybe even fight some of the trainers out west first. I figure I'm gonna have to. So first was N, and his whole team was super easy. Gear Grind was way too strong for any of them to handle. I still don't know how I feel about the normal gym, though. We might not be ready for it. So I get to the gym at level 22. Right away, we lose attack to Intimidate, so because of that, we don't get the 2-shot that I was looking for. We lost some defense to Leer and some health to Takedown, and it took a while because of her super potion, but we took her out. As Watchog came out, we lucked out with her using Hypnosis rather than Retaliate right away. We even woke up fast and we were doing great damage. The problem is, we were put to sleep again right after, so we came super close to winning before that happened. I'm gonna say getting about 2 more levels should get us the win. I hope that we don't get leered again, because I bet that we'd have way more health if not for that. So I come back at level 24. We still get hit by Leer and Takedown right away, so things don't start great. But this time, all Watchog does is miss Hypnosis twice in a row, so we have a pretty easy time winning. Hey, I'll take it. Better than getting stuck for ages, that's for sure. Alright, so we have the Bug Gym coming up, and I figured this one's probably... Alright, so we have the Bug Gym coming up, and I figure this one probably won't be too bad, and Bianca probably won't be bad either, but Charon could be a problem. I think he's got both decent fire and fighting moves by the time that I fight him again, and those are 2 of the big types that I'm worried about. Hey, on the upside, Castelia City has some good items that I can grab, so I went ahead and got a scope lens. It boosts crit chance, so I figured that with Gear Grind, it's gonna be pretty strong. 1 stage of crit gives us a 1 in 8 chance of critting on every move, so double the normal crit chance. Combine that with how I'm attacking twice with every Gear Grind, and that's really strong. I also got Eviolite, although I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it. I get asked sometimes why I don't just use that all the time, but I feel like it would be kind of unfair. I get it, it's an item in the game, it's not like I'm cheating to get it or anything. You could even argue that it would be perfect for Gen 5 runs since I wouldn't need to overlevel as much. I just worry that it would make some battles too easy, you know? I remember asking about it years ago and people had very mixed opinions. Maybe I'll start using it in runs where I'm still failing at level 100? That's not a bad idea. We might even need it by the end of this run. I can see us getting stuck on a Marshall for a long time. That's not for a long time though, so let's just worry about what's in front of us. Alright, right away, the Bug Gym went great. Our new scope lens is getting us some good crits. We still took a lot of damage from the Razor Leaf crits, but it was still a first try, so it wasn't so bad. If we got crit every time, then it would have been a loss, but that would have also been really unlucky. Whew, okay, that's the first 2 pages done. There we go. Sorry, you hear a little bit of my voice all distorted there when I'm skipping through the timeline. Let me have a little bit of water. What you talking about, chat? When is more CK2 content coming? You know the rules. Can't answer when, can't answer soon, can only answer if. Answer to if is, I don't know. I know I'm gonna do more CK3 stuff. Could you do FNAF challenge videos like FNAF 1? No, I've never even played FNAF. Super random question. Do you think you'll ever play Black and White 2 again, not Pokemon the PC game? Black and White 2, like the God game. Like on the show again? Maybe? I do really like that game. Everyone say how dumb he is. Oh no, now they know I'm dumb. Mispronounced Eviolite? Is it Eviolite? I don't know. So he thinks Eviolite belongs in the same category as Light Ball. Yeah, kinda. Why is on-screen chat not updating? Is it not? Oh, you're right, it's not. I don't know, it bugged out. The on-screen chat I don't really have control over. That's on Streamlabs, and yeah, I don't know why that's broken. It's Eviolite? Oh. It has an I in it. Yeah, I don't know why the on-screen chat's not updating, but that's really annoying because I want the people who are going to watch the recording of the stream later, I want them to be able to see the chat. Well, okay, I guess they can still see the chat because it'll be on hold on, let me sit down for a second. I guess they can still see the chat because the YouTube live chat replay thing is a thing. So I guess it's not the end of the world, but that is really annoying. If I like turn the chat off and on. Yeah, that didn't fix it. I don't know. I don't think I really have any control over that. If it breaks, it breaks. That's just Streamlabs being a piece of garbage. What are the kids doing? Sleeping in the bedroom? You record standing up? I record the voiceover standing up nowadays. I only started doing that recently. Maybe it bugged out when you moved the chat? No. Because it's not a window capture. If it was a window capture, it wouldn't break. That's the funny part. That is going through Streamlabs, like the actual Streamlabs website. It's an embedded chat through like a chat bot type thing, which normally looks really good, but today it seems to be broken. That's really obnoxious. Yeah, I have no way of refreshing it. I think Streamlabs is literally just down. When I say Streamlabs, I'm not talking about like Streamlabs OBS. I don't use that piece of trash software. I mean like Streamlabs' actual website's app. I have no control over how that works though. How many times did Marshall take? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I mean, we'll get there in the script. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it's mostly because I spent so much time on other things. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to fix that right now. Like, I could screen capture the YouTube chat and crop it and put a chroma key filter on it and temporarily put that where the other chat is. But since there's already an embedded YouTube chat, I feel like it's not really a big deal, you know? Give me 1 second. I'll throw together something really quick. So I want this pop-out chat. Crop it something like this. Put it here. Oh god, that looks so hideous. Yeah, that's just not gonna work. Because even if I do that, that's so squished. Ugh. I could shrink this. Oh, that's also hideous. God, why does that look so bad? Okay, and then I could drop a chroma key on that for black. There. I just manually made my own. I have to change it a little bit though. Like that, and then I need to... The similarity is set too high by default. Something like that. And then I need to turn off that. That still looks really bad. There. That's the best I can do, just throwing together something on the spot. Oh, why did it... Let me fix it. There we go. Yeah, that's the best thing I can throw together on the spot to get it still working. But it means that my chat's also harder to read. Ugh. It'll have to do. Okay, I gotta get back to this voiceover. I'm killing time. Okay, I'll be able to read the chat again in another couple pages. Bianca right after ended up being pretty easy just thanks to Charge Beam. We lost attack to Intimidate right away, but it didn't matter after how much special attack we built up. It was actually great for taking out the fire type at the end since our steel moves just aren't great against it.
Bet I can smash
Sharon
that.
was pretty easy with Gear Grind right after, and it helps that the Sandstorm doesn't hurt us, although we only beat Pig Knight thanks to crits. He kept using Defense Curl, so our Gear Grind was getting really weak. I think this Scope Lens is really saving us in these fights. So I think we're getting to the part of the run where it's actually going to become hard. N might not be easy thanks to his decent fire type. The Electric Gym leader has good fire moves on Zevstrika, and the Ground Gym in the next city over is probably going to be awful. We're basically a one-trick pony with Gear Grind right now, and it falls apart when we're against fire, steel, water, or electric types. Speaking of, both of our good moves are weak against electric types, so we might really fall apart there. I think we might have to just learn Return. It's not like I can get any moves with a type advantage. So I gave the end fight a ton of tries because on the first one, I thought I could win due to Sandile using Embargo, but literally every other time, he used Sand Tomb, and because of that, we would feint to Fire Punch right after every single time. So I was hoping that maybe a crit would save us, but it didn't. It just wasn't strong enough to get the knockout. Man, this is brutal. I can't believe I finally have to grind for this random fight. I'll try using Return first. Maybe we can just brute force it. Nah, I tried it again, but Return wasn't a one-shot. It wasn't super far off, though. Maybe I'll have to grind a few more levels before I can win. The Electric Gym might take a lot longer, though. So I grinded to level 35, and it was just a breeze. Not only was Return a one-shot, but Sand Tomb actually... Not only was Return a one-shot, but Sand Tomb actually missed at the start this time. We ended up getting hit by a Whirlwind. at the end to switch to an HM Pokemon, so I had to give them a free hit on me by switching back in, but we were never in danger. I don't know how this Electric Gym is gonna go, though. Okay, so we have to use Automize. To become faster. I should be faster than. I missed the N. Okay, so we have to use Automize to become faster than the Electric Gym Leader's team, but thanks to Zebstrika gaining speed off Flame Charge, we actually ended up being slower than her partway through and taking an extra hit. Thanks to that, she takes us out pretty easily. If we didn't get an extra hit, then I bet we would have won. I'll get just a few levels. Either we end up being faster even after Flame Charge, or we just one-shot the Emolgas. Well, even at level 40, we're not faster after Flame Charge, and we can't one-shot Emolga. But it's only by a sliver. We for sure maxed out our effort values, so I'm just gonna go get 2 levels at a time with rare candy and try to win. Man, I'm not looking forward to that upcoming ground gym. Okay, finally, after hitting level 42, we can one-shot the Emolga, making the fight not too horrible. That's a lot of level ups for one gym, though. I think we're finally starting to fall behind. And our way out of town is Charon, but other than us taking tons of damage from Flame Charge, it was all really easy. Hey, I spelled Charon right that time. Oh, thanks, Donnie, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Right, back to the voiceover. Oh man, my neck is so sore. Okay, so we have the ground gym coming up, and this is probably going to be awful. We have no answer to most of it beyond brute force. I could use a Rocky helmet to do some damage back to them from when they hit us, but I really doubt it's going to help us much. I think the scope lens is still our best item for that fight. Excadrill is the one that I'm really worried about since he resists all of our moves, and there's nothing else that we can learn for the fight. I guess it's just gonna have to be brute force fight. I just hope that it doesn't end up being a brick wall for too long. Alright, first try at the ground gym. Right away, we're slower than Krokorok at the start, and although we take him down fast, he used Torment. Palpitoad is next, and we take a lot more damage than I was... Palpitoad is next, and we take a lot more damage than I was hoping from Bulldoze. I pronounced that so weird. Palpitoad is next, and we take a lot of... Palpitoad was next, and we take a lot more damage than I was hoping from Bulldoze, and lost speed in the process. That's not good. We take it out, but then Excadrill comes in, Hone's Claws, we miss Gear Grind, then it one-shots us. Yeah, I mean, even if we hit that Gear Grind and crit twice, we'd still have lost badly. I'm gonna get to level 48 to get Shift Gear. Maybe if we spam it a bit and get crazy attack early on, then we could sweep them. Wishful thinking, but you never know. Wow, I thought that was gonna go a lot worse. We just used Shift Gear every turn to gain attack and speed. We just used Shift Gear every turn to gain attack and speed while getting bulldozed. We gain 2 levels of speed and lose 1 level, so it's still a net gain. We shifted gears until we were about to faint, and then we swept his entire team with Gear Grind. I think this might be the combo that gets us a win in all the hardest fights. Where was I? Right after is Bianca, so I'm gonna have to shift gear. Right after is Bianca, so I was just gonna shift gear a bunch and then sweep them. Just end up missing Gear Grind way too many times, and I nearly fainted as a result. I mean, I should have just used Return, but how unlucky was that? Last is N, and he really wasn't that bad. A few gear shifts, and we could sweep him. Although we took a lot of damage from Iron Barb. I wonder if I'll have to worry about Rough Skin later for the same reason. Multi-hit moves mean more contact damage from abilities like that. Okay, so I'm actually feeling kind of good about the next bit of the run. The flying gym might not be too bad since we have Charge Beam for the only water type. Sharon could be hard, but I figure Shift Gear could save us. Then we have the usually easy Ice Gym that should be extra easy this time. Then what? The last Bianca fight, the Dragon Gym, and Charon again? And Charon again? I said that so weird that first time. As long as we shift gears like crazy, then the last Dragon Gym might not even be that bad. Just having shift gears really has changed things for us. That said, you know the Elite Four is going to be a brick wall. This strategy isn't going to last forever. We can't shift gears while Marshall's throw is hitting a storm throw, that's for sure. Well, I figured the Flying Gym would be easy with Charge Beam, but I guess the Pokemon gods wanted to speed things up because we crit the first 2. The entire team was a sweep because of that. Like, I know we have double the chance... Look, I know we have a held item that doubles our crit chance, but that's still pretty cool. Sharon right after pretty much just threw the whole fight. He was spamming Detect, so I just shifted gears 6 times, then swept his whole team with Return. Why he decided to keep wasting time when I was clearly just building up my stats, I don't know. I think we all knew that the ice gym was going to be easy, but Bryce actually made it extra easy for us by using acid armor for the first 2 turns, letting us build up tons of speed and powder. Powder? Oh, it actually says powder. That's straight up a typo. Letting us build up tons of speed and power before we swept him. I guess we may as well just skip ahead to that Bianca fight. There we go. There's another 2 pages done. Give me heart that super chat. Thanks again, Donnie. I appreciate that. We're going on to page 5. I only have 2 pages left. It's 5 and 6, and then page 7 is literally 1 sentence. So we're really blowing through this like it's nothing. Like, this is 17 minutes of recording so far. This is gonna be a short one. That's kind of why I wanted to stream this one, is I knew it would be short. Yeah, I interchange how I spell Charon all the time. I think the files for Charon are even spelled wrong. If it grinds enough, it can build up powder, yeah. This makes me happy. I'm happy it makes you happy. It's kind of a random, boring stream. I figure a lot of people will find this very boring. Anybody in chat watch the DIY shorts with Randy Orton where Tommaso Ciampa attempts to give him an RKO, failing hilariously? I've seen those. Those are funny. Okay. Let's do some more. Oh, man, my neck is so sore. It's unbelievable. Oh. Oh, thank you for the super chat.
Bet I can smash that.
Gravy. I appreciate that. No message with that one, but I'll give it a heart. Last one with The Undertaker was Cinema. Oh, I never saw that one. I just saw like some random ones on my timeline on Twitter once. Twitter? Might have been Instagram. Probably Instagram.
Smash that.
Yeah, I got like some muscles right at the top of my shoulders, kind of at the base of the neck, that are really killing me today. Once every 5 or so weeks, they'll give me problems for like a week straight, and it's just miserable. I'll just like sleep on my neck wrong or something, and then it's just horrible for like a week straight. I do corrective exercises to help with it. Oh, but you know, when you have Ehlers-Danlos, it's really easy for your body to kind of fall apart on you. I work out a lot, I do a lot of corrective exercises, but sometimes one bad night on your neck is enough to make it pretty rough for a while. Then I have those nerve issues. Old age does that for you? I'm 32. It's not old age, it's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Last thing you watched was Orange Cassidy pay-per-view fight. Oh, Orange Cassidy is always really fun. Good comedy, great wrestler. You're old compared to me. Yeah, well, you're like 2. You're like a zygote. You were born yesterday. There's always that, you know, I wasn't born yesterday. Yeah, but you were. You've got to be youngest in chat. $35 and a pillow in the wrong spot will ruin your morning. Yeah. People calling him to be old makes you feel aging. Yeah, I'm 32. Yeah. 2, how insulting. I'm a teenager. See, once you're 30 though, you'll look at teenagers and be like, how was I ever that young? It just does not compute. You're gonna have this weird thing where, like, by the time you're in your early 20s, you're gonna have this weird thing that happens all the time where you'll hear a year and you'll feel like that just happened, and you'll realize, no, that was like your graduating year from high school. I hear like 2010, 2011, and that feels recent to me. But no, it's because that's when I graduated high school. It was like 2010. It's not recent. It's not even close to recent. That was like 15 years ago, you know? It's like half my life ago. 2010 is when I was born, so I can't remember that. Fair. Yeah, I don't remember 1992. That's when I was born. No one remembers the year they were born. My earliest memories, I was probably like 3, and even then, the majority of my early memories would have been like more like 6 and 7 forward, you know? You graduated school in 2012? Yeah, 2012 probably sounds like a recent year to you then. I mean, it sounds recent to me too, but, you know, it's not. We all know it's not. Just feels like it, right? Having a crisis over your age, and you just hit your 20s recently. Oh, you'll have those age crises like every few years, but then you'll get really comfortable with your age, and then you'll have a new crisis, then you'll get comfortable. But by the time you're 30, you stop really having age crises. I hear you get them again when you're 40, but like I've been really comfortable with my age since I was in my late 20s, and it hasn't hit again yet. So I think I'm in the clear until I'm 40. Apparently when you're 40, it hits you really bad. I don't know, I feel like by the time you're 30, usually you've got like, you really know yourself pretty well, and you just don't really have these crises so much anymore. But I don't know, maybe that's short-sighted of me because I'm not 40 yet, you know? I'm still 8 years away from 40, that's a long time off. When I am 40, who knows, maybe I won't be as secure in who I am as I thought I was. Can't see the future. You're dreading 50? 50 does sound way older than 40. 40 doesn't seem old to me. 50 seems a bit older. 60? I don't think you're old until you're like 70. I've seen 60-year-olds who you'd think were in their 40s because they take such good care of themselves. You're 26 years from 40? That's true. I'm 8 years from 40. Which, like, 8 years is a long time, but at the same time, I'm hearing years from 15 years ago and I'm feeling like it's recent. Maybe 8 years isn't all that long when you think about it that way, you know? You know, when I was in high school felt like it dragged on forever. But now I look back at it and it's like, that was like 4 years? 4 years passes like it's nothing when you're this old. I'm not saying this old like I'm ancient, I mean just this age. You know, when you're by the time of your mid-late 20s, 4 years doesn't feel like anything anymore. It's crazy. But when you're like still growing up, 4 years, like you change so much in 4 years, you know? Like when you're 14 and when you're 18, you're like a different person. It's crazy. Okay, I'm rambling too much. Let's get these last pages done and then we can hang out. On our way there, I took the plume fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. At the last Bianca fight, we were able to build up some gear shifts. At the last Bianca fight, we were able to build up some gear shifts thanks to her just using Work Up, although we did lose attack to Intimidate. Although we won pretty easily, we did take some pretty rough damage from Aqua Jet thanks to the heavy rain. Do you think that the Dragon Gym is finally going to stop our momentum, or the Sharon fight right after it? Well, thanks to the first Pokemon just using Dragon Dance 3 times instead of fighting us, I was able to shift gears 3 times and sweep his team. We did take some damage from Rough Skin, but since they didn't attack us, we were fine. Can't believe how much shift gear is saving us. Last is Charon, but once again, thanks to him spamming Detect, we got tons of gear shifts in. He actually crit us twice right away to do a lot more damage than I was expecting. But once we shift gears 5 times, we were an absolute machine. That went so well! Alright, for as awesome as a lot of this run has been, it's about to grind to a halt. Pun intended, of course. The Elite Four is always brutal in this game, but it's going to be especially brutal for us. Chantal has Chantel has Chandelure, who could easily one-shot us, and Marshall's entire team could probably take us down in 1 or 2 hits. We have a really limited moveset, so there isn't much we can do. Either I have to level up a lot, get really lucky with my crits, or maybe equip a Bright Powder and get super lucky with them missing. No matter what, though, I expect us to be a way higher level before we can actually get to N and Getsus. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our team. I'm gonna be honest, our stats are just awful. I know that we're only level 60, and normally we're closer to 70 by now, but other than passable attack, we are awful. 75 speed, 72 special attack. We really are only a one-trick pony with shift gear and gear grind with a scope lens, even if it is a really good trick. I won't be surprised at all if this trick doesn't get us through a single Elite Four member. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. You can guess too, live chat, if you wanna. First is Dark Trainer Grimsley. Well, we instantly take huge damage off Brick Break, we take out Scrafty, then we go down to an Earthquake against Crocodile. Yeah, that's not even close to a win. Caitlyn might be the easiest. Let's try her instead. Second is Psychic Trainer Caitlyn. We instantly get one shot by Focus Blast. Okay, yeah, that isn't happening. Do I need to even bother trying Chantel and Marshall at level 60? I'm gonna get up to 70 and try this again. Man, I don't even know what to say. I got up to level 70 with Rare Candy, then we literally, on the first try... I got up to level 70 with Rare Candy, then literally, on the first try, she missed Focus Blast twice, so we got 2 gear shifts in, then swept her team with Gear Grind. That was completely insane. I guess I'll try Grimsley again, since he's gotta be easier than Chantel or Marshall. Okay, so against Grimsley, we got to shift gears once early on before taking out Scrafty, but then we're just slightly too weak for a one-shot on Crocodile, so we fainted to Earthquake. Maybe in, like, 3 more levels we could take him out that way. MDB always wins. That's not true. I've lost, like, at least 12 runs now. So it was strong enough to beat Crocodile this time, but after that is Bisharp, who resists us. We gear grind him a bunch, but even with a crit, we couldn't make him faint because of his full restore. This is brutal. I don't think I can beat him until close to level 80. Maybe at 78 this is possible. We just do so little damage to him. Okay, this is miserable. Level 78, and even with a crit, we ended up losing because he has another full restore. The worst part is that he still has Pokemon left after this. I'll get to level 80 and try a bunch. I have to be able to win this soon. Okay, never mind. I tried a couple more times at level 78 just in case, and this time we had a better timed crit and took him out. Then Lipard went down in 1 hit. We only had 8 health left. How are we even gonna beat the other 2 like this? Third is Ghost Trainer Chantel. Okay, well, never mind. I thought this was gonna be super hard because she could just use Will-O-Wisp right away, but it turns out she's an awful trainer, and she let us shift gears 3 times so that we could sweep her team. That was 100% her fault. She could have easily prevented me from doing that. Fourth is Fighting Trainer Marshall. I can't believe it. We could actually survive 2 hits before fainting, so I shifted gears twice and swept him. I know we had to level a ton, but Grimsley was actually the hardest. How are N and Getsus gonna go though? Because I really have no idea. He can probably just 3-shot us with Zekrom, so this could be bad. Man, even with him giving us an extra turn with Light Screen so we can shift gears 3 times, we can't one-shot him. We come insanely close, but we can't even take out his first Pokemon. I'm gonna get up to level 82. Then I think this is possible. I don't even know how this is possible, but I leveled 4 times and we still left him with the same sliver of health. I guess I'll get to level 85 instead? Okay, level 85, and it finally worked. We got our one-shot, and I'm sure it won't surprise you all that much, but as soon as we got past Zekrom, we one-shot his entire team. Man, I love this combo so much. Alright, this took a couple of tries thanks to his crits and special defense drops, but Kavagrigus couldn't poison us due to being steel type, so thanks to that, we got all 6 of our gear shifts in, and ended up sweeping his whole team. That's right, this strategy worked on the final boss. One simple little move combo from a totally unevolved Clink was able to sweep the final boss's team at level 85. That is insane. That was super fun. Yeah, it's one of those solo runs where we either sweep everything or get wiped out pretty much instantly, but I really underestimated how fun shift gear and gear grind was gonna be. Plus, the scope lens was a real run saver. I absolutely need to try Clink in White 2, and maybe even Pokemon X. I really hope you guys like that run. The next Pokemon challenge... Oh, no, lost where I am on the page. The next Pokemon challenge should be up next week on Saturday, like usual, with Pokemon X, with only in-game traded Pokemon. I forgot to write a line here. It'll be my second ever Pokemon X run, so it should be a pretty hard one since we only have 2 Pokemon for most of the run. Also, it's a Patreon requested one. Again, you can pledge $1 or up over on Patreon, and you'll get all of these videos the moment I have them done in editing. So like 12 to 7 days early-ish. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments in the challenge request section of my Discord channel and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Pause there for a second. There we go. As you can see there, ad-lib for outro. Yeah, the ad-lib outros are real. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you. You can tell I'm ad-libbing. But yeah, it really does just say ad-lib for outro. Let me have a little bit of water. I guess for this outro, I will just talk about how I'm live streaming this so that people know they can go catch the replay if they want it. Blue was your first game in 1999, baby? I mean, it was my first one too. I got it when it came out in Canada though, so like what was it, like September of 98? I think that's the year. Okay, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get the ad-lib done real quick, and then we can talk a whole lot. Ad-lib outro time. So I am actually live streaming this whole voiceover, and in a moment, I'm gonna be live streaming the entire editing process of this whole challenge. If any of you would be interested in seeing that, you can check it out. It's on my YouTube channel under the live tab. You'll see this one. It's just me editing the whole Pokemon Challenge live. Yay! There's like a whole bunch of extra stuff in there and talking to the chat and whatever. You can see the all the outtakes, all the flubs and whatever. Although I didn't flub too much this time. It wasn't that bad. And this is kind of a short recording anyway. It's a short run, at least in terms of the editing and everything. The actual run time of the run wasn't super short, but it was short by Pokemon Black standards. So, yeah, if you ever want to check out my streams, most of my streams are on Twitch, linked in the description. Some of them are here on YouTube. I don't like streaming on both at the same time. I don't think it's a very fun viewing environment when you have the chat broken up like that across multiple chat rooms. Makes it less fun. Yeah, you get more viewers, but I think it's more important the stream is more fun rather than having more viewers, you know what I mean? And also, I stream on Twitch sometimes because I don't like having all of my eggs in one basket. I think it's smart to diversify like that, to have some of your stuff on Twitch and some of your stuff on YouTube. Anyway, you can go check out the recording of the stream if you want to. I might even stream more of these recording sessions I might stream more of these voiceover sessions / editing sessions in the future, but definitely not a weekly thing. I'm not going to be able to do this every week. This is just because I had the time to do it this week. I knew I could afford for it to be a little bit of a slower process. And after I'm done the stream, I can throw this whole video right up on Patreon, and those people are going to be getting it like 12 or 11 days early, depending on how you look at it, which is pretty good. That's better than usual, even. In fact, the people on the live stream right now, they get to not only hear the voiceover live, they also get to listen to my goofy music during it, so that's fun. And they're all donating to the MDB Don't Let Your Computer Explode Fund, which I really appreciate because, man, the tech issues have been getting bad, and a lot of the parts of my computer are getting real ancient, and I don't have money to throw around, and I'm worried that things might start dying on me soon. So, much appreciated, chat. Thank you. I see your super chats, and I'll be reading them in a minute. I see there's a 7 there. I don't think I read that last one yet. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day. There we go. I think that turned out. I gotta sit down. Oh. Okay, let me get my mic over here. Reposition that. Do you still have the DNS issue? No, it randomly stopped. I don't know why. I didn't change anything. Just one day it stopped happening. And it stopped for months now, so I don't think it's coming back. It's weird, right? I mean, I'm happy it stopped, don't get me wrong. I wish I knew what it was. It almost makes me wonder if it was like an internet service provider issue and that they fixed it on their end. I don't know. Okay, speaking of exploding computer, I'm gonna predict that a problem is about to happen. First of all, I can this window capture of the script, that's now irrelevant. That doesn't need to be there anymore. Cool. Cool. I can also turn Flux back on, because you can't see Flux anyway. There we go. It doesn't make things a different color for you, it's just changing my monitor settings so that it's getting rid of some of the blue light, easier on my eyes. Cool. I'm gonna save this, and I'm probably gonna get an error. So, often when I save these audio files, I get... There it is. Error completing the export process of the file. Now, it did export the file, but it's going to make 2 different versions of it. And if I just save again, it will save properly this time. Check it out. See? Every once in a while on my computer, new issues start happening. Processed. Now I'm making a separate version that's processed. I'm running some effects on it. This is my FFT filter, just to get rid of any hissy low frequencies. Then I'm going to run this one, which is an RX7 voice denoiser. It's just profiling and removing white noise, and I have like a bunch of settings set up there, so it'll do a little bit of EQ and normalization and whatnot. And I'll bring it into my match loudness tool, so I can do the volume at the end. If you lose your audio, you can use the music covered stream version. I'm not going to lose my audio, don't worry. See Severoth? Severoth. Move this so I can see the chat better. There we go. Really MDB, really? Oh, I don't know what this is in reference to. Love the goofy music. Thank you. Oh, wait, the music's still playing. I should grab my headset. There we go. I got my headset on. I can hear the music again. Can I post a 2-minute video I made 4 years ago based on something you said in Chandron? Yeah, sure. I can't watch it right now, but yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, that whole, like, couldn't save file thing, I don't know what that's all about. I googled that error, and I wasn't able to find it. I found some people who had that exact error message, but they didn't have the same problem as me. It doesn't seem to do anything bad, because I can always just hit save button again, and it works that time. And it's only with this program. But, you know... Every once in a while, new things start not working the way they used to on my computer, and kind of just makes me worry because it is getting pretty old, and you know, Can't help but worry. There's a reason there's a Don't Let the Computer Explode fund. Because if it explodes, then that's a crisis, because the entire family depends on my income. And money's tight. Okay, run that loudness thingy. So it brings the volume up to a good level. And of course, I save this as a separate file so that if something goes wrong in the processing, I still have a clean version that I can reprocess. Can we have quads of glory? Sure. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna save this one now. It'll probably also get the error, but it doesn't always. Nope, there's the error again. I'm gonna have some redundant versions. So if I go here... Oh, do I not have the folder open? I thought I did. Might be.
Bet I can smash that.
Let me find this real quick. Challenges, Pokemon Challenge, Pokemon Black Clink. Yeah, check this out. Right? Here's the files down here. It also made these weird backup ones with a tilde and a money sign. And these are like just garbage. Like, it's the full file. I just don't need it. It made a second copy of them. And that only happens when the error happens. But like, this is the one I want right here, the processed one.
Bet I can smash that.
Bet I can smash that. I don't know why it says that twice every time. Thank you. Thank you for all the content. I hope your pewter doesn't explode. I appreciate it. Top chat didn't like the YouTube link good. Oh, yeah, yeah. Where do I click to see just the... There's somewhere I can click to just see the super chats. Top chat, fan funding. Oh, I didn't miss the super chat. I thought I did. Okay, no, I've seen every super chat. Cool. Okay, let me go back to top chat. Yeah. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Oh, let me do live chat. I didn't even realize there was a difference. Yeah, I still don't see it. Even in live chat. Huh. Weird. Stream tab crashed for some reason. Did it give you the out of memory issue? Because that's a problem that YouTube has right now on Chrome. It's really annoying. See ya, Music Bandit. And thanks for saying hi. Right, so I got my files here. That's what matters. Premiere! I guess I can close Audition in the background. There we go. See here? Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've been working on it. Let me boot it up real quick for you. Top chat blocks it. Swearing? Okay, we're staying on live chat then. Firefox, not exact error, probably. Oh, okay. Let me, stop that for a second. I want to show you something. This is a little sneak preview for you guys who, decided to come watch this. So this episode of Deus Ex was one that never aired because I didn't think of a name for it yet, and I didn't get around to editing it, but it was from the old recording, so this was recorded, like, I don't know, 6 years ago or something. But then this... I clicked, it's just not going. This... Dude, Oh, there we go. Premiere is very slow sometimes. It didn't used to be, but again, my computer is having issues. I will point out my CPU, RAM, and GPU are nowhere close to maxing out. But, you know. I'm going to show you... How long would this be? Oh, wow. 12 minutes? I don't want to show you a whole 12 minutes. I'll show you a little bit of this. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Deus Ex. It has been... It's been 5.5 years? Is that accurate?
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds about right. Okay, so this is gonna be a long intro.
August of that year.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. See, this is when I'm like actually editing these Let's Play videos, I make it fucking easy for you guys. I do that. Okay, so
I think it was like August of that year.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I like do little things like this so that our dumbasses don't talk over each other so much. Okay, so
I think it was like August of that year.
oh yeah, that sounds about right. How much better does that sound? I will have an on-screen time code if you want to skip just to us picking back up and doing the missions. But hold on, I will have an on. Putting a little marker in there to remind myself to put that on-screen time code. On-screen time code if you want to skip just to us picking back up and doing the missions. But I have so much to talk about because it's been so long. If you just saw episode 25, because I probably just edited it, because it turns out I've had it sitting on my drive ready to edit for ages. Yeah, it's right over here. Then you're gonna be so confused because we are now part 26 and it has been years. So what happened was way back when we were doing this Let's Play was around when I was starting to kind of blow up on Pokemon challenges. If any of you can guess what the hyper fast video in the top left is, let me know. And it was also when a global pandemic happened shortly after. So there was a short break, and in that break, I got a new computer. Normally I just build my computer. That's the computer I'm using right now, and I've been unhappy with it since day one, but it's better than my previous one, which was really on its last legs. This time I had pros build it. It was a disaster. A bunch of shit in it was broken. I hated working with them. However, I got a stronger computer out of it in the end. However, for some reason, ever since migrating my drives to the new computer, this game would not launch. It just simply would not open. The saves were still there, the settings were still the same. I tried uninstalling and reinstalling because it's got cloud saves, and it just wouldn't open. I tried dozens of different patches. I was looking into patches, What a Geek was looking into patches, and just nothing was working. Years pass, about three and a half years pass. I make a video talking about it, and people suggest some things to try. None of it worked, but one of the websites they linked to for one of the patches had other patches for it, and one of them worked. It was some obscure GPU fix specifically for this game that got it working again, and it started to boot. So here we are. That was like a couple years ago now. We're finally getting around to this. And me and What a Geek 1 week ago today, we sat down and we recorded like 2.5 hours of this or something. We had all kinds of technical difficulties. Parsec was being weird when it was never weird before. It was weird again today, so we're not using it right now. So we decided, we'll use the Discord screen share. Now, what I didn't realize at the time was the Discord screen share is way harder on the GPU than Parsec. I have no idea why, because Parsec looks better and runs better and is better in every way, but for some reason, it was way harder on the GPU, and it hates hooking into this game, and the windowed mode for this game sucks, but we had to use the windowed mode to get it to show up. But now, today, we have discovered that if you go windowed, send it over, then switch it to full screen, it keeps working. So that's just a weird eccentricity between this game and Discord, I guess. But we recorded about 2.5 hours, and all the footage is ruined. Completely ruined. It's not even a slideshow. It's one slide per minute with all of the audio intact. It's baffling. But to make it even worse, we were running off quick saves, I guess. I didn't. By the way, the reason the footage was all ruined was GPU maxed out during it, and it fucked the footage. I'm literally showing you HD video footage right now while streaming, and yet my GPU usage is only like 30%. So there's just issues with it. So yeah, I'm gonna need to I'm gonna need a new graphics card, which is, just to get the modern equivalent, it's like $1,000 American. It's so much worse Canadian too. I don't have that kind of money. I have a Throne account now where you can like crowdfund things to send me. It's in my link tree. It's also in the description of this stream. If you're interested, it's there. But again, everybody donate to the Please Prevent My Computer from Exploding fund. Oh, is that what's in the corner? No, the footage, like legit when I say it's like not even a slideshow, it's one screenshot per like few minutes. I mean, it's one screenshot per few minutes, but with our audio fully intact. So that's not what the top left is. But to make it even worse, we were running off quick saves, I guess. I didn't have like a save. So I had to play back. I couldn't just go back to the beginning of that recording session. I was put back to before we went to Hong Kong the first time. So, off screen for 3.5 hours. Yeah, you may be wondering in the top left of the video, what's with that footage playing at light speed in the corner? What I've been showing you in the top left, that is me for 3.5 hours replaying all the way from chapter 7 to where we are in chapter 12 to get back to exactly where we were. And that footage should be ending right about now. Now that probably looks like a lot of work. That was a lot of work to get back to this point, but a problem occurred. I got back here and I was like, hey, there's one side quest that we did in the failed recording session that I can't get to pop. That's not me in Hong Kong. That's me playing the entire game from right before the start of Hong Kong all the way back to where we were. So that's like Hong Kong, Montreal, some of Chicago, another chunk of Chicago. Yeah, multiple boss fights. It's legit like half the game. Up now, and I was looking on the wiki and I was reading into it, and it was saying that after you talk to David Seraph, you need to go back to your work computer and read it because you can't check it later. But in the conversation, he just says, I'm sending it to your computer. I thought he meant my home computer. It seems like a lot of people on Game FAQs forums and stuff thought that too. So I couldn't do that side quest. And we were thinking at first, okay, well, the side quest wasn't that interesting. We can just tell you what happened in it. It doesn't seem like it goes anywhere, and I have the achievement for it and whatever. It's not a huge deal. And that was fine, but a couple days passed and I'm like, you know, I did just play through that massive 3.5 hour chunk of the game. I know what to do now. I could probably do it a lot better. I could spend my skill points better. I could play better. I'm practiced again because I just played so much of it. Was that audio pop the editor or the actual sound? I could probably do it a lot better. I could spend my skill points better. I could play better. I'm practiced. Ah, it's in the audio itself. There's no fixing that. That's so annoying. I hope I find the source of that one day. Again, because I just played so much of it. I'm gonna do it again. So now what you're seeing in the top left is me doing it fucking again. And it took 3 hours and 45 minutes this time because I really explored. I found so many Paraxis kits where I didn't find them before. I got so much more money than before. I completed every single side quest from that point. Because like on the first time I was replaying through it, I didn't do the thing where you meet the lady and she's being extorted by the mob at the Hive and you can pay her like $5,000 debt for her. I didn't have the cash because I bought a Paraxis kit at the limb clinic. This time, I gave the cash to the dude who gives you a Paraxis kit anyway, which is the same value of buying it at the limb clinic, but it counts as completing a side quest, so you also get experience on top of that, so it's just a better use of the money. I found Paraxis kits in Montreal that we didn't find before. I spent my skill points better than before because I'm more practiced and I'm more hands-on. Like, for instance, on the original playthrough, we had all these extra energy bars. I've determined maybe they're good, maybe I'll spend some points on them, but what I really want is the auto recharge being really fast and having maxed out cloaking so you can cloak way longer. Oh my god, that's really powerful. That's a really powerful combo. Also, getting the extra carry capacity, that was a huge deal because I made way more money just by having more things to carry and sell. Hacking
I noticed
stealth.
we don't have the Icarus landing system either.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy that. I forgot how punishing the fall damage in this game is. Oh my god, you die from the tiniest of fall. So I think I will buy that again. Okay, I feel like that's enough of a preview to show you guys on that episode. There we go. Now we can, like, do what this stream was supposed to be about, editing the Pokemon challenge. Name any country. Uruguay. On the Y, it's usually because of a cable. Maybe you touched it just because... Oh, no, the cable's out of reach. Nothing would have touched it while I was doing that voiceover. Now that said, on that why Uruguay? He's someone in the chat said name any country, so I just named the first country came to mind. Oh, what was I saying? Right, yeah, I did have a sound issue during that. During that recording session, my mic line was actually on top of a power cable, and that added a slight hiss to my audio that I didn't realize until after. I fixed it after. It wasn't hard or anything. But I was able to get that audio out of the audio file for the most part. One of my audio plugins was able to basically remove it, and there's a very slight amount of it if you listen really carefully with a good quality headset. But between the game noise and everything, you just won't hear it. So I think I had that pretty well fixed. I don't think anyone's going to notice. Okay, let's bring in the that file. I want to bring in the processed version of my voiceover and put it right there. And put it in the footage. There we go. Drag that here. Yay. Now I actually pre-put in a couple things because I wasn't even originally planning to do this on the show. All I did was I copied and pasted over the little title card thing from the previous video, and I typed in black instead of emerald and Clink instead of Bulbasaur. And then over here I typed in Clink on the rules. That's it. I still need to like edit this whole chunk. Yeah, you probably should go to bed if it's midnight. Hope you sleep well. There we go. Trim the start and the end. Okay. Growlithe in Fire Red or Emerald or something. I think I did Growlithe in Pokemon Gold? Something like that. Okay, let's get editing. Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Emerald with only one Bulbasaur is pretty hard solo run. Let's follow that up with another hard solo run. The day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Black with a team of only one Clink? Move that, and that, and that. So Clink is a first form steel type Pokemon with pretty low stats, but on par with a first form starter. We've got really low speed, so that's going to be a big weakness, but our defenses aren't too bad. Our ability is either plus or minus, so totally useless in a solo run. By level up, we can actually learn a lot of cool moves like Charge Beam, Mirror Shot, Shift Gear, and Gear Grind. We're not really amazing with a lot of those moves, but I figured that between stuff like Shift Gear and Charge Beam, we could become pretty powerful over the course of Fix that. We could become pretty powerful over the course of a fight if we can survive long enough. By TM, we can learn a lot of cool electric moves. Oh, no, read that wrong. By TM, you see how the timeline is really stuttery when it's playing and it like flashes and stuff a lot? Yeah, I didn't used to do that. Again, the by all means donate to the Keep My Computer from Exploding fund. By TM, we have a lot of cool electric moves that we can learn outside. Nope. By TM, we can learn a lot of cool electric moves, but outside of that, it's just the standard. I gotta keep fixing that. And I gotta fix that more carefully because I could already tell I didn't do that perfect. Let's try this. 5 long enough. By TM, we can learn a lot of cool electric moves, but outside of that, it's just... I'm also going to reboot the software in a second. No thoughts on Trevion. Oh yeah, sorry. I meant to verbally respond to that, but we were watching the thing at the time. Thanks for the content. Always random. Anyway, random thought I had today. More accurate name for the grass type evolution with high defense should be called Trevion. I do like that name. Has the other version of the chat fixed yet? Let me check. Whoa. Did you see that? It was there for like a microsecond, then it disappeared. In DaVinci Resolve, we can generate optimized media for the playback to be smooth. Yeah, that's a thing in Premiere. You just what's it called? You pre-render basically. But that doesn't have to do with this problem, this timeline problem, because that was already done on the footage you were just watching on the Deus Ex thing, and the timeline was chugging. It literally, it's a computer thing. Yeah, it looks like that on-screen chat on Streamlabs is now completely broken and not displaying anything. So I'm going to just go back to using this one. We can learn a lot of cool electric moves, but outside of that, it's just the standard stuff that most Pokemon can learn. Thunderbolt could be pretty good, although I guess Charge Beam is still more important since our special attack isn't exactly amazing. Not sure yet. I guess I could always get TM for both and then try each one. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through. Script? Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through the jumps. All the parts being written before I started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. This is going to be really hard by the end. I can see this being one of those runs where we can't win at level 100. Being slow and not having a ton of health means that we probably are going to faint to any fighting moves. Is this the rules? Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Clink. I'll need other Pokemon to use HM, so I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, all items and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So, right off. Here we go. Okay. This is what I call the first minute edit, which is just doing all of this initial stuff. It's not literally the first minute, although sometimes it is. This is all real simple. A lot of it is just copied and pasted over from the previous timeline and then adjusted to properly fit the video. Like so. There we go. And then what I'm doing is taking my art assets. So it's stats, then level up, then TM, then script. Extend them. Grab my little push effect that I made, put it there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Bring this over. Change the size of that to look a little nicer. The rest looks good. Cool. And grab some random footage from here. Let's do this one. Sure, that's interesting. That's fighting the shift tree. Oh wow, it's really chugging. Holy shit. Oh, my GPU just went to 100. Whoa. Encoding overload. Yeah, give that a second to chill out. How did it just like... That was insane. Oh, no, we're back down. We're good. The encoding overloaded for a second there. If that had happened during a recording, it would turn into a slideshow like what happened with the Deus Ex footage. I'm telling you, man, the computer, it's not having an easy time. It's getting pretty old. It had very powerful stats for when it was new, but... Oh, God, it maxed out again. Jesus Christ. There we go. Back over to this. Yeah, I'm going to have to reboot the Premiere. It always runs a little better after a fresh reboot, but not for long. Okay, bring that down here, grab the effect, put it back on. And you know what? I can just... what kind of video card are you hoping to get your hands on? Go to my throne and you'll see it. I don't remember the full name off the top of my head. Right, this is a Pokemon Black run, so I just need to go back to my previous Black 2 run and grab that opening song I like using for the Gen 5 runs. There we go. The whole first chunk is now fully edited. Is pretty much the fastest part, really. Bad. Our ability is either plus or minus, so totally useless in a solo run. By level up, we can actually learn a lot that we probably are going to faint to any fighting moves. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Clink. I'll need other Pokemon to use HM. Yeah, you can see, it's all good. Did you create your character design? Do you mean like the avatar, like this one? No. No, that was made for me. I'm not a good artist at all. I make all of my own art assets, like the striped background, the text. I mean, the text is a font that exists. I'm the one who made the stylization for it. Stuff like that. I watch your Dragon Ball Z LSW videos. LSW. What is LSW? That's not Super Saiyan Densetsu. That's not Legacy of Goku. Yeah, what the hell is LSW? I don't remember what that's an acronym for. Okay. I like to go to about this zoom level. And we have our footage up here. And what I'm doing now, the first sweep of the edit, Legendary Super Warriors. Oh my god. Yeah, that game kicks ass. I grew up with that one. God, I did that Let's Play like legit 12 or 13 years ago. Probably like 13 years ago. I still remember where I was when I was doing that. I can like remember the recording sessions. It's crazy. I don't really remember like the content of it very well. I remember like one day I got up like really early in the morning and I recorded 10 episodes like in a row. It's just recording for like hours because I was just in the mode for it, you know? God, that's an ancient one. I was like pretty much a teenager. I was like 19, 18, something like that. Okay. So right off the bat, I use the universal. Oh, right. I should explain. Right. So what I'm doing here is I have this image file of this gold background right here. And all I'm doing is I'm making cuts along the background file for wherever I would be cutting to new footage so that I can do another sweep through where I very quickly and easily put the footage in. That way, it always matches exactly how long I'm talking about it. This is not how anybody else edits. This is something I just came up with when I was making my first challenge, and I was happy with it. And then I made a video showing how I do it, and then other YouTubers started doing it that way to a small degree, not many. But a lot of the ones who... I have a lot of YouTubers, actually, who have told me specifically they learned how to edit because they watched my series I did on this like 5 years ago where I taught people how to edit Pokemon challenges the way I do. This is actually my second time doing this on screen because I made a more heavily edited series showing people how I do this. My process has changed a bit since then. It's more refined and better now and faster, but the general idea is all still the same. So, right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Snivy with Klink so that we can do the whole run with it. I named him Guerrero because that's hilarious. Our nature is lonely, so more attack and less defense. Well, this is going to make us weaker to a lot of fighting moves, but the attack is pretty good. I think I'll stick with this. Alright, so I figured the early game won't be too bad outside of maybe having some troubles with the fire moves from Sharon and the first gym. Then again... Whew, it's still choking. I'm going to close the project and reopen it. Sometimes you got to close the whole program, reopen it. Sometimes just closing the project and reopening it does it. I already hit the button for it to close the project, by the way. It's just taking forever. There we go. It doesn't take as long if I open a smaller project file, but still, like... It's my computer, man. It's also running a little worse because I'm streaming right now, but still. The funny thing is, my GPU is not too bad right now, although it occasionally gets really bad when editing. I'm using less than half of my memory. My CPU is only at 30%. None of my solid-state drives are anywhere close to maxing out. So, I don't know, man. Moves from Charon and the first gym. Oh, nope. That's still really bad. Holy shit. No, I gotta close and reopen the whole program. Give me a second, everybody. There we go. Close the whole program. And give it a second. Give it a second. I'm going to reopen it. Here we go. Any second now. Here we go. It's already loading a little faster. Inspired me to do my own Pokemon challenge. Did Crystal with only Jolteon and Sapphire with only Zangoose. I hope you're having fun with that. Yeah, no new moves runs are fun. Makes you use Pokemon you wouldn't normally use and makes you research a lot, which I think is fun. Okay, dropping a save because the first save is always really slow and I want to get it out of the way. There we go. Cool. Let's keep going. With the fire moves from Charon and the first gym. Then again, we get Gear Grind early, so that might help us brute force our way through. The normal gym is normally horrible, but I think it'll be fine this time just because... See, it's just a little smoother now. Resist... Even though I'm looking at the GPU and all that, and it's the same as before. Normal type moves. I don't want to get overconfident, though. Intimidate might make us way too weak. We'll see, though. We're in the medium-slow leveling category, so we might not be a very high level by the time we get there. Let's just see how these early fights go. So first is... I want to get rid of a little bit of that gap. So first is Charon at level 12, and he actually almost takes us out right away. Ember's tons of damage to us. He heals with a berry, and we'd have fainted if the fight went around. And we'd have fainted if the fight went one more round. Fix that.
With a berry, and we'd have fainted if the fight went one more round. Thankfully, his second Pokemon is just a Purloin who's hitting us for 1 damage, so we won. But man, that was brutal. I was worried this might happen. So against the...
Oops. There we go.
I was worried this might happen. So against the first gym, we got stuck on Lil... So against the first gym, we got stuck on Lillipup for ages because of Flint... So against the first... This might happen.
Right here. Oh, nope. I dragged too far. How does this sound?
So against the first gym, we got stuck on Lillipup for ages because we flinched to bites, and he uses potions to last longer. We eventually took him out, but even with the help of our berry, we can't beat Pansear because we can't handle fire moves.
Ooh.
We can't beat
Whoa.
We can't beat Pan...
I have never...
We can't beat Pan...
I have never popped the mic that hard. That distorted so bad. Don't like that. That's just because of the different mic positioning. I had it too much under me, I think. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oops. A little constant power thing there, and I'm gonna drop the volume of this. I can't undistort it. Once the audio is distorted, it's distorted. But I can drop the volume of it a lot so it's less harsh. Because that's gonna blow out someone's subwoofer.
Berry. We can't beat Pan...
That's better. I'm gonna drop it more.
Berry. We can't beat Pans...
There we go. You can still tell what I'm saying completely normally, and it's less harsh.
We can't beat Pansear because we can't handle fire moves. I'm gonna have to do the very slow Pokemon... I'm gonna have to do the very slow wild
Get rid of that breath. That was really abrupt.
I'm gonna have to do the very slow wild Pokemon grind to get to level 16, then I'll have a new move. Hopefully that'll save us. Once I got Gear Grind to level 16, we had a way easier time. It's a 50 power move that always hits twice, so it did great damage. We even crit one of the hits to get the win.
There we go. Whew, the editing is so much slower while I'm streaming. What I don't understand, is there a reason for not just redoing the line at this point? Usually because it's really time consuming and my job takes like every last moment of time I have.
Last is the chair and
Also, it often sounds really unnatural if I go back and insert something new, but not always.
Fight on the way out of town, but we don't even get hit by a fire move this time, so we had no problems at all. The nice thing about Gear Grind being a double hit every time is that we've got double the chances of a crit. We've got double the chances of a crit. Sure, if it was a single hit move with 100 power, then the crit would be even stronger, but having it be a 50 power move with 2 hits is still great. If it wasn't for that 15% miss chance, this move would be pretty amazing. We're on the road again.
Yep, want to cut there.
We're on the road again, and I'm really thinking that this normal gym fight...
You'll notice I click along on the left there so that a file is selected. That's to remind me visually where I am in the video.
Might be a loss. I don't think we'll have to grind super long if we do lose, but I just don't see us winning yet. Gear Grind isn't super powerful against everyone, just the more frail Pokemon. We may have an attack nature, but we still don't have any...
Drag that a little more.
Pokemon. We may have an attack nature, but we still don't really have an amazing attack set. I'm gonna fight nearly every trainer on my way, and maybe even fight some of the trainers out west first. I figure I'm gonna have to. So first was N, and his whole team was super easy. Gear Grind was way too strong for any of them to handle. I still don't know how I feel about the normal gym, though. We may not be ready for it. So I get to the gym at level 22. Right away, we lose attack to intimidate, so because of that, we don't get the two-shot that I was looking for. We don't get the 2-shot that I was looking for. We lost some defense to Leer and some health to take down, and it took a while because of her super potion, but we took her out. As Mach-Dry came out, we lucked out with her using hypnosis rather than retaliate right away. We even woke up fast and we were doing great damage. The problem is, we were put to sleep again right after, so we came super close to winning before that happened. I'm gonna say getting about 2 more levels should get us the win. I hope that we...
Fix that. Fix that.
Should get us the win. I hope that we don't get Leered again, because I bet that we have way more health if not for that. So I come back at level 24. We still get hit by Leer and take down right away, so things don't start great. But this time, all Watchdog does is miss hypnosis twice in a row, so we have a pretty easy time winning. Hey, I'll take it. Better than getting stuck for ages, that's for sure.
There we go.
Alright, so we have the bug gym coming up, and I figured this one's probably... Alright, so we have the bug gym coming up, and I figured this one probably won't be too bad.
You know, if you go back and you watch my editing video from like 5 years ago, you could probably watch me editing this exact same way and watch as it runs 1,000 times better than it's running right now. You can literally see the difference between when the computer was new and the computer now.
Bianca probably won't be bad either, but Sharon could be a problem. I think he's got both decent fire and fighting moves by the time that I fight him again, and those are two of the big types that I'm worried about. Hey, on the upside, Castelia City has some good items that I can grab, so I went ahead and got a scope lens. It boosts crit chance, so I figured that with gear grind is going to be pretty strong. One stage
Check this out. While it's playing, if I move my cursor around a lot, the timeline will chug more.
crit gives us a 1 in 8 chance of critting on every move, so double the normal crit chance. Combine that with how I'm attacking twice with every gear grind, and that's really strong.
Isn't that crazy? The GPU usage was 29 there. CPU was 25. The memory is at 42%. All the SSDs are at between 0 and 4. Like, there's nothing on my performance that's telling me, like, hey, this is maxing out. It's just running like garbage.
I also got...
How's this sound?
And that's really strong. I also got...
It's weird as fuck. Well, I saw earlier today when I checked the Intel tuner thing that even with no overclock on the CPU, because I just updated my BIOS today, so that undoes any overclocking. Although I don't think I had anything serious on the CPU anyway. Even with no overclocking on the CPU and just me upping the speed of my RAM a little bit, that's the only thing I've done in the BIOS. I opened the tuner and it said that it was throttling my CPU because of temperature. It's like liquid cooling and stuff in there, and it definitely didn't used to have temperature issues, but now when I check it, sometimes it's pretty high. Yeah, like right now, if I... Hold on, where is it? Did it not pop up anywhere? Here we go. If I bring this over here, the max temperature on some of these, they were hitting like 103 Celsius. If it hit 110, it would emergency shut down. Now, it throttles an underclock, so that can't happen. But, yeah, that's not good. That's really, really high.
Eviolite, although I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it. I get asked sometimes why I don't just use that all the time, but I feel like it'd be kind of unfair. I get it, it's an item in the game, it's not like I'm cheating to get it or anything. You can even argue that it would be perfect for Gen 5 runs since I wouldn't need to overlevel as much. I just worry that it would make some battles too easy, you know?
See you, Floof Cloud. Hope school goes well.
I remember asking about it years ago when people had very mixed opinions. Maybe I'll start using it in runs where I'm still failing at level 100. That's not a bad idea. We might even need it by the end of this run. I can see us getting stuck on Marshall for a long time. That's not for a long time though, so let's just worry about what's in front of us. All right, right away, the budget went great. Our new scope lens is getting us some good crits. We still took a lot of damage from the razor. We still took a lot of damage from the razor leaf crits, but it was still a first try, so it wasn't so bad.
Are the fans okay? I don't know. They seem like they're still spinning and everything. I don't know if there's maybe a blockage or a problem in the liquid cooling. I don't know. I don't know much about troubleshooting liquid cooling because in all my previous builds, I always just did air cooling. But this one, I wanted to have professionals make it for me because I normally build my own computer and I thought, oh, professionals will do better. No, man, this computer's had so many issues. It's only gotten more dilapidated over the years.
If we got crit every time, then it would have been a loss, but that would have also been really unlucky.
Hey, if there's any rich Saudi oil barons in the chat, then there is a really high grade pre-built computer that I could put on the throne. It's like 5,000 American, I think. Which is funny because when I built or when I had this computer custom built, it was 10,000 Canadian at the time. It was so expensive, but it's when I first blew up. It was like 6 months later, so the money was very consistent. And I decided, okay, my computer is literally dying. It's time I finally upgrade. Let's future-proof myself. Let's get something that's going to last me a long time because I'm doing all these Pokemon challenges. It's really important that I get something that's going to last and function and that lets me edit quickly and efficiently and whatever. So I got it built. Had no end of issues. The GPU was dead on arrival. I paid extra for overclocking. They didn't overclock it. It didn't even boot into Windows because it had a bad Wi-Fi driver that's still bad. It's just disabled. And I just use a wired connection nowadays, so whatever. So it's had no end of issues, but it was, it's better than my nearly dead old computer, and it still was a lot stronger. But that was like 5 years ago, so computers move fast, and this thing is not doing as hot as it used to. So, I'm just worried that any given day I'm gonna like come over here and the computer won't boot, because that'll be a heart drop moment, you know? Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Would have also been really unlucky. Bianca right after ended up being pretty easy just thanks to charge beam. We lost attack to intimidate right away, but it didn't matter after how much special attack we built up. It was actually great for taking out the fire type at the end, since our steel moves just aren't great against it.
I gotta fix that.
Great for taking out the fire type at the end.
Ooh, this is a hard one to edit. So what I do is I go midway through the S noise. That's like 3 clicks into the S. About there. Put that there. Crossfade them for over 1 frame, and this should sound pretty natural. Usually it does.
The fire type at the end, since our steel moves just aren't great against it.
Yeah, you would never realize that that's 2 different sentences stitched together, unless you're looking right at it.
Sharon was pretty easy with Gil. Sharon was pretty easy.
Yep. Here we go.
Sharon was pretty easy with Gear Grind right after, and it helps that the Sandstorm doesn't hurt us, although we only beat Pig Knight thanks to crits. He kept using defense curls, so our Gear Grind was getting really weak. I think the scope lens is really saving us in these fights. So I think we're getting to the part of the run where it's actually going to become hard, and might not be easy thanks to his decent fire type. The Electric Gym Leader has good fire moves on Zebstrika, and the Ground Gym in the next city over is probably going to be awful. We're basically a one-trick pony with Gear Grind right now, and it falls apart when we're against fire, steel, water, or electric types. Speaking of, both of our good moves are weak against electric types, so we might really fall apart there. I think we might have to just learn Return. I think we might have.
Oh, audio pop there. Yeah, I see it. There's like a frame of me starting a sentence there. I can fix that. That's why I always go back and listen to that edit before I go on.
I think we might,
because even if it looks good, sometimes there's like just a micro thing there that sounds awful. Do you re-record the things you say in every episode, like comments, good for the YouTube algorithm? No, I re-record it every single time. In fact, those of you who've been there since the beginning of this stream watched me do the voiceover and heard me do it fresh every time. And it's really easy to know that. Just watch 2 episodes and compare them side by side. I never say it exactly the same.
I have to just learn Return. It's not like I can get any moves with a type advantage. So I gave.
Here we go.
So I gave the end fight a ton of tries because on the first one, I thought I could win due to Sandile using embargo, but literally every other time he used Sand Tomb, and because of that we would feint to Fire Punch right after, every single time. So I was hoping that maybe a crit would save us, but it didn't. It just wasn't strong enough to get the knockout. Man, this is brutal. I can't believe I finally have to grind for this random fight. I'll try using Return first. Maybe we can just brute force it. No, I tried it again, but Return wasn't a one-shot. It wasn't super far off, though. Maybe I'll have to grind a few more levels before I can win. The Electric Gym might take a lot longer, though. So I grinded to level.
There's like a microsecond of me inhaling there, and it just sounds really weird to have that little of it. Let's disable that clip.
Oh, so I grinded to level 30.
That's better.
35, and it was just a breeze. Not only was Return a one-shot, but Sand Tomb actually. Not only was.
Okay, we're taking that one from the top.
So I grinded to level 35, and it was just a breeze. Not only was Return.
Right here.
Not only was Return a one-shot, but Sand Tomb actually missed at the start this time. We ended up getting hit by Whirlwind. We ended up getting hit by Whirlwind at the end to switch to an HM Pokemon, so I had to give them a free hit on me by switching back in, but we were never in danger. I don't know how this Electric Gym is going to go, though. Okay, so we have to use Automize.
Right, I remember messing this line up so many times.
That should be faster than. I missed the N. Okay, so we have to use...
Let's try this.
Okay, so we have to use Automize to become faster than the Electric Gym Leader's team, but thanks to Zebstrika getting speed off Flame Charge, we actually ended up being slower than her partway through and taking an extra hit. Thanks to that, she takes us out pretty easily. If we didn't get...
Okay, we're keeping that line.
Hit. Thanks to that, she takes us out pretty easily. If we didn't get an extra hit, then I bet we would have won. I'll get just a few levels. I'll get just a few levels. Either we end up being faster even after Flame Charge, or we just one-shot the Emolgas. Well, even at level 40, we're not faster after Flame Charge, and we can't one-shot Emolga. But it's only by a...
Right here.
But it's only by a sliver. We for sure maxed out our effort values, so I'm just going to go get 2 levels at a time with Rare Candy and try to win. Man, I'm not looking forward to that upcoming Ground Gym. Okay, finally, after hitting level 42, we can one-shot the Emolga, making the fight not too horrible. That's a lot of level ups for one gym, though. I think we're finally starting to fall behind. And our way out of town is Charon, but other than us taking tons of damage from Flame Charge, it was already easy. Hey, I still Charon right that time. Oh, thanks, Donnie, for the super chat.
That's when Donnie super chatted.
Oh, man, my neck is so sore. Okay.
Right there.
It was all really easy. Okay, so we have the ground gym coming up, and this is probably going to be awful. We have no answer to most of it beyond brute force. I could use a Rocky helmet to do some damage back to them for when they hit us, but I really doubt it's going to help us much. I think the scope lens is still our best item for that fight. Excadrill is the one I'm really worried about since he resists all of our moves, and there's nothing else that we can learn for the fight. I guess it's just going to have to be brute force fight. I just hope that it doesn't end up being a brick wall for too long. Alright, first try the ground gym. Right away, we're slower than Krokorok at the start, and although we take him down fast, he used Torment. Palpitoad is next, and we take a lot more damage than I was...
Right, I fucked up saying something in the Palpitoad.
That's so weird. Palpitoad is next, and we take a lot of... Palpitoad is...
Yeah, I remember saying that a lot.
Palpitoad was next, and we take a lot more damage than I was hoping from Bulldoze, and lost speed in the process. That's not good. We take it out, but then Excadrill comes in, Hone's Claws, we miss a Gear Grind, then it one-shots us. Yeah, I mean, even if we hit that Gear Grind and crit twice, we'd still have lost badly. I'm gonna get to level 48 to get Shift Gear. Maybe if we spam it a bit and get crazy attack early on, then we can sweep them. Wishful thinking, but you never know. Well, I thought that was gonna go a lot worse. We just used Shift Gear every turn to gain attack and speed. We just used... We just used Shift Gear every turn to gain attack and speed while getting bulldozed. We gained 2 levels of speed and lose 1 level, so it's still a net gain. We shifted gears until we were about to faint, and then we swept his entire team with Gear Grind. I think this might be the combo that gets us a win in all the hardest fights. Where was I? Right after is Bianca, so I'm gonna have to shift gear. Right after is Bianca, so I was just gonna shift gear a bunch and then sweep them. Just ended up missing Gear Grind way too many times, and I nearly fainted as a result. I mean, I should have just used Return, but how long? I should have just used Return, but how unlucky was that? Last is Ed, and he really wasn't that bad. A few gear shifts, and we could sweep him. Although we took a lot of damage from Iron Barb. I wonder if I'll have to worry about Rough Skin later for the same reason. Multi-hit moves mean more contact damage from abilities like that.
Did I?
Okay, so I'm actually feeling kind of...
Shit. I didn't record travel footage here. It goes end, then straight into the flying gym. I forgot to record the Celestial Tower.
Good about the next bit of the run. The flying gym might not be...
I'm gonna have to show old travel footage here. That's okay.
The flying gym...
Not the end of the world. Old travel footage. That reminds me to put some text on screen. Actually, you know what? I can just do that now. Here we go. Put it right there. Center it. It's too big. There we go.
Okay, so I'm actually feeling kind of good about the next bit of the run. The flying gym might not be too bad since we have Charge Beam for the only water type. Sharon could be hard, but I figure Shift Gear could save us. Then we have the usually easy Ice Gym that should be extra easy this time.
Nah. Fix that. Nope. I am a genius.
We have the usually easy Ice Gym that should be extra easy this time.
How natural did that sound?
Then what? The last Bianca fight, the Dragon Gym, and Sharon again? And Sharon again? Dragon Gym and Sharon again?
Ah, now this one's not so easy.
Fight the Dragon Gym.
Yeah, I can't really fix that one.
Fight the Dragon Gym and Sharon again?
Oh, you know what? That wasn't bad.
I said that so weird that first time. As long as we shift.
Have you ever considered showing old travel footage and it's just from your first challenge run? It is technically old travel footage, so that is true.
Sharon again? As long as we shift
I don't even know if I have the footage from that run still. Probably not.
gears like crazy, then the last Dragon Gym might not even be that bad. Just having shift gears really has changed things for us. That said, you know the Elite Four is going to be a brick wall. This strategy isn't going to last forever. We can't shift gears while Marshall's throw is hitting a storm throw, that's for sure. Well, I figure the flying gym would be easy with Charge Beam, but I guess the Pokemon gods wanted to speed things up because we crit the first two.
Oh, let's, sorry, that was my Windows noise, not you. There. Just moving that to the full length of the clip. Because I used to have it there for like 10 seconds, so I thought it was readable, and then I'd have it like blip away. But then people would not even notice it. So I'm gonna just leave it there the whole time.
Things up because we crit the first two. The entire team was a sweep because of that. Like I know we have double. The entire team was a sweep because of that. Like I know we have double the chance. Like I know we because of that. Look, I know we have a hell item that doubles our crit chance, but that's still pretty cool. Sharon right after pretty much just threw the whole fight. He was spamming detect, so I just shifted gears 6 times, then swept his whole team with return. Why he decided to keep wasting time when I was clearly just building up my stats, I don't know. I think we all knew that the ice gym was going to be easy, but Brace actually made it extra easy for us by using acid armor for the first 2 turns, letting us build up tons of speed and powder. Powder.
Powder.
Oh, we actually said powder. That's straight up a typo. Letting us build.
Okay, letting us.
Letting
Right here.
Letting us build tons of speed and power before we swept them. I guess we may as well just skip ahead to that. I guess we may as well just skip.
How'd I get so tied up there?
I guess we may as well just skip ahead to that Bianca fight.
Fossil.
Oh no, right there. I took the plume fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comes a good for YouTube algorithm. At the last Bianca fight, we were able to build up some shifted gears. Gear shifts. At the last Bianca fight, we were able to build up some gear shifts thanks to her just using workup, although we did lose attack to intimidate. Although we won pretty easily, we did take some pretty rough damage from Aqua Jet thanks to the heavy rain. Do you think that the Dragon Gym is finally going to stop our momentum, or the Sharon fight right after it? Well, thanks to the first Pokemon just using Dragon Dance 3 times instead of fighting us, I was able to shift gears 3 times and sweep his team. We did take some damage from Rough Skin, but since they didn't attack us, we were fine. Can't believe how much shifted gear is saving us. Last is Sharon, but once again, thanks to him spamming Detect, we got tons of gear shifts in. He actually crit us twice right away to do a lot more damage than I was expecting. But once we shift gears 5 times, we were an absolute machine. That went so well. Alright, for as awesome as a lot of this run has been, it's about to grind to a halt. Pun intended.
Move that.
It's about to grind.
Fix that.
It's about to grind to a halt.
Get rid of this awkward gap.
Pun intended, of course. The Elite Four is always brutal in this game, but it's going to be especially brutal for us. Chantel has Chandelure, who could easily one-shot us, and Marshall's entire team could probably take us down in 1 or 2 hits. We have a really limited moveset, so there isn't much we can do. Either I have to level up a lot, get really lucky with my crits, or maybe equip a break powder and get super lucky with them missing. No matter what, though, I expect us to be a way higher level before we can actually get to N and get this. Now that we're the Elite Four, let's take look at our team. And to be honest, our stats are just awful. I know that we're only levels.
We are breezing through this.
I know that we're only level 60 and normally we're closer to 70 by now, but other than passable attack, we are awful. 75 speed, 72 special attack. We really are only a one-trick pony with shifted gear and gear grind with a scope lens, even if it is a really good trick. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised at all if this
Yep.
trick. I won't be surprised at all if this trick doesn't get us through a single Elite Four member. Make your final guesses on if you can win this or not. Let's do this.
Now I know. Let me put a marker there because that's right before the Elite Four. I know it looks like, oh, we're 15 minutes in and there's 28 minutes over here. So we're only like just past the halfway point. Nah, because that's counting that like look at this huge gap here. All of this is essentially flubs that I've cut out. So right now it's really only 23 and a half minutes left. Or sorry, 23 and a half minutes is the run time. So there's like 7 minutes left in it when it looks like it's 13. We'll actually see at the end, because of that, how many minutes I flubbed. How many minutes of flubs and dead air.
You can guess 2 live chat if you want to. First is Dark.
The nice thing about me listening to this in fast forward, beyond it's faster for editing, is you can easily tell the difference between me talking to you right now live and me talking in the audio file.
First is Dark Trader Grimsley. Well, we instantly take huge damage off Break. We take out Scrafty, then we go down to an Earthquake against Crocodile. Yeah, that's not even close to a win. Caitlyn might be the easiest. Let's try her instead. Second is Psych Trader Caitlyn. We instantly get one shot by Focus Blast. Okay, yeah, that isn't happening. Do I need to even bother trying Chantel and Marshall at level 60? I'm gonna get up to 70 and try this again. Man, I don't even know what to say. I got up to level 70 for Rare Candy, then we literally, on the first try, I got up to level 70. I don't know what to say. I got up to level 70 for Rare Candy, then literally, on the first try, she missed Focus Blast twice, so we got 2 gear shifts in, then swept her team with Gear Grind. That was completely insane. I guess I'll try Grimsley again, since he's gotta be easier than Chantel or Marshall. Okay, so against Grimsley, we got to sheer... Okay, so against...
Nope. You're gonna guess 6.5 minutes of flubs overall? That's not a bad guess. Right now, it's like 5 minutes.
Okay, so against Grimsley, we got to shift gears once early on before taking out Scrafty, but then we're just slightly too weak for a one-shot on Crocodile, so we fainted Earthquake. Maybe in like 3 more levels we could take it out that way.
And mind you, this is a really short video compared to my usual ones. Normally there'd be more flubs too because of that, just because the runtime is longer.
MDB always wins. That's not true. I've lost like at least 12 runs now. So
That doesn't need to be in the video.
So it was strong enough to beat Crocodile this time, but after that is the Sharp who resists us. We gear grind him a bunch, but didn't. We gear grind him a bunch, but with a Sharp who resists us. We gear grind him a bunch, but even with a crit, we couldn't make him faint because of his full restore. This is brutal. I don't think I can beat him until close to level 80. Maybe at 78 this is possible. We just do so little damage to him. Okay, this is miserable. Level 78, and even with a crit, we ended up losing because he has another full restore. The worst part is that he still has Pokemon left after this. I'll get to level 80 and try a bunch.
Oh, no, I don't like where that cut is. Let me zoom in.
With this. I'll get to level 80 and try a bunch. I have to be able to win this soon. Okay, never mind. I tried a couple more times at level 78 just in case, and this time we had a better timed crit and took him out. Then Liepard went down in one hit. We only had 8 health left. How are we even going to beat the other two like this?
There we go.
Third is Ghost Trainer Chantel. Okay, well, never mind. I thought this was going to be super hard because I thought this was
We are getting so close to finishing the audio part.
I thought this was going to be super hard because she could just use Will-O-Wisp right away, but it turns out she's an awful trainer, and she let us shift gears 3 times so that we could sweep her team. That was 100% her fault. She could have easily prevented me from doing that. Fourth is Fighting Trainer Marshall. I can't believe it. We could actually survive 2 hits before fainting, so I shifted gears twice and swept him. I know we had to level.
I can't wait till we can have music on again.
I know we had to level a ton, but Grimsley was actually the hardest. How are Gets going to go, though? Because I really have no idea. He can probably just 3-shot us with Zekrom, so this could be bad.
Fix that. I don't like how that sounded.
Yeah. He can probably just 3-shot us with Zekrom, so this could be bad. Man, even with him giving us an extra turn with Light Screen so we can shift gears 3 times, we can't one-shot him. We come insanely close, but we can't even take out his first Pokemon. I'm going to get up to level 82. Then I think this is possible.
Let's do this.
I don't even know how this is possible, but I leveled 4 times and we still left him with the same sliver of health. I guess I'll get to level 85 instead? Okay, level 85 and it finally worked. We got our one-shot, and I'm sure it won't surprise you all that much, but as soon as we got past Zekrom, we one-shot his entire team. Man, I love this combo so much. Alright, this took
Now we're on Getsus.
Alright, this took a couple of tries thanks to his crits and special defense drops, but Conagrigus couldn't poison us due to being steel type, so thanks to that, we got all 6 of our gear shifts in, and ended up sweeping his whole team. That's right, this strategy worked on the final boss. One simple little move combo from a totally unevolved Clink was able to sweep the final boss's team at level 85. That is insane.
Yay! This is where I start showing like the Hall of Fame and the credit. Well, I guess just credits. There's no Hall of Fame in Gen 5.
That was super fun. Yeah, it's one of those solo runs where we either sweep everything or get wiped out pretty much instantly, but I really underestimated how fun shift gear and gear grind was going to be. Plus, the scope lens was a real run saver. I absolutely need to try Clink in White 2, and maybe even Pokemon X. I really hope you guys like that run. The next Pokemon challenge... The next... Pokemon... Oh, no, lost where I am on the page. The next Pokemon challenge... I really hope you guys like that run.
Here we go.
The next Pokemon challenge will be up next week on Saturday, like usual, with Pokemon X, with only in-game traded Pokemon. I tried to read a line here. It'll be my second ever Pokemon X.
Hold on, did that pop? Yes, it did. That'll fix it.
Pokemon. It'll be my
Yeah, it still had like the very end of a breath and it sounded weird.
second ever Pokemon X run, so it should be a pretty hard one since we only have 2 Pokemon for most of the run. Also, it's a Patreon requested one. Again, you can pledge $1 or up over on Patreon. Also, it's a Patreon requested one. Again, you can pledge $1 or up over on Patreon, and you'll get all of these videos the moment I have them done in editing, so like 12 to 7 days early-ish. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments in the challenge request section of my Discord channel and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned.
Yay, outro time.
Ad-lib outro time. So I am actually live streaming this whole voiceover, and in a moment, I'm going to be live streaming the entire editing process of this whole challenge. If any of you would be interested in seeing that, you can check it out. It's on my YouTube channel under the live tab. You'll see this one. It's just me editing the whole Pokemon Challenge live. Yay, there's like a whole bunch of extra stuff in there, and talking to the chat, whatever. You can see the all the outtakes, all the flubs and whatever. Although, I didn't flub too much this time. It wasn't that bad. This is kind of a short recording anyway. It's a short run, at least in terms of the editing and everything. The actual runtime of the run wasn't super short, but it was short by Pokemon Black standards. So, yeah, if you ever want to check out my streams, most of my streams are on Twitch. Linked in the description. Some of them are here on YouTube. I don't like streaming on both at the same time. I don't think it's a very fun viewing environment when you have the chat broken up like that across multiple chat rooms. Makes it less fun. Yeah, you get more viewers, but I think it's more important to stream is more fun rather than having more viewers, you know what I mean? And also, I stream on Twitch sometimes because I
don't like that lip smack.
And also,
there we go.
I stream on Twitch sometimes because I don't like having all of my eggs in one basket. I think it's smart to diversify like that, to have some of your stuff on Twitch and some of your stuff on YouTube. Anyway, you can go check out the recording of the stream if you want to. I might even stream more of these recording sessions, I might stream more.
Yeah, I don't want to say stream some of my recording sessions because then they're going to think I'm like playing the challenges on stream. Oh, I tried doing that once many years ago and quickly realized that 1, It is miserable doing that in terms of just trying to live a healthy life where I walk around and take food breaks and stuff. And two, oh, sorry, stretching a little bit. And two, oh no, I'm yawning. My whole body's collapsing. And two, I like talking to the chat a lot, so I get really distracted, then I'm not nearly as efficient.
Anyway, you can go check out the recording of the stream if you want to. I could even stream more of these recording sessions the stream if you want to.
Right here.
I might stream more of these.
I mean, that one stream series was fun. Yeah, it was fun for what it was, but it was so inefficient.
These voiceover sessions / editing sessions in the future, but definitely not a weekly thing. I'm not going to be able to do this every week. This is just because I had the time to do it this week. I knew I could afford for it to be a little bit of a slower process. And after I'm done the stream, I can throw this whole video right up on Patreon, and those people are going to be getting it like 12 or 11 days early, depending on how you look at it, which is pretty good. That's better than usual, even. In fact, the people on live stream right now, they get to not only hear the voiceover live, they also get to listen to like goofy music during it, so that's fun. And they're all donating to the MDB Don't Let Your Computer Explode Fund, which I really appreciate, because man, the tech issues have been getting bad, and
very much appreciated.
a lot of the parts of my
What about when you were streaming Bethesda challenges? Yeah, I did stream one of them, and I plan to keep doing that. That's a lot easier, because with Bethesda challenges, they are way shorter. The editing sometimes takes longer, because there's more in-depth thing, and I'm editing more, like, funny gags, because it gives me material to work with. But the actual like, game playing of it is way, way, way faster. And you can just do it in, like, 2 or 3 big sessions, whereas with Pokemon, I have to like stop and I have to research stuff a lot, and I'm taking breaks for walking all the time. Whereas like with a Bethesda one, I can just like set out a few blocks of time where I spend like 3 hours today streaming, sitting down playing it, and then 3 hours in 2 days, and like another 3 hours like 2 days later, and do that, and like boom, I'm like at the end of the run. So I do want to keep streaming those ones. Those are much more streamable. I did have to block write a lot of script after on one of them, because I'm really bad about writing the script when I'm on the stream, but I can get better about that.
computer are getting real ancient, and I don't have money to throw around, and I'm worried that things might start dying on me soon. So,
What does your name mean? It means nothing. It was a nonsense word in high school. It's literally a series of sounds. And we wrote it out, but people would pronounce it differently when we wrote it out. And the whole purpose of having the nickname is to have one easy to remember thing, because my real name is too difficult. Everyone would read it and then say it different. So we figured out to spell it phonetically. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with dry or bread or anything. It's literally Mah-Dry-Bread. It's a noise. Doesn't mean anything.
appreciate it, chat. Thank you. I see your super chats, and I'll be reading them in a minute. I see there's a 7 there. I don't think I read that last one yet. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Until next time, have a nice day.
Here we go. So the length of the flubs. 5 minutes and 41 seconds of flubs. That is how many flubs I had. And it is gone now. I have destroyed it. Love Bethesda challenges, and technically Obsidian for following event. Yeah. I mean, it's Bethesda's game engine, so we all know what we mean when we say that, you know? But yeah, I love them too. They're really, really fun. They're fun to make. Like, they're fun to play. They're fun to edit, because I get to do these silly gags and stuff, you know? Yeah, that is really close to your guess, Millie Girl. Am I too late? I like how everyone's showing up right when I finished editing the audio. Okay, no, I'm just going on to the next step. You're not too late. And plus, the whole recording is going to be up the moment the stream is done, so you can just, like, watch as much of it as you feel like. And once again, thank you everybody for donating to the Don't Let MDB's Computer Explode Fund. Very much appreciated. Okay, the next step is actually inserting the footage. So now is where you get to see why I cut up this image. Like, these cuts I made, this is literally just a picture, and I was making cuts in the picture. You don't see anything visually over here when the picture is cut, because it's just a picture that I cut, you know? So it doesn't, visually, that doesn't mean anything, because I'm not switching to a different picture or a different clip or putting a transition on it. It's just the same thing, you know? I could put 50 cuts, all like one per frame right here, and it wouldn't look any different, because I'm not changing to anything, you know? Now, this is Pokemon Black with 1 Clink. The Bulbasaur with Emerald run is already edited and already up on Patreon. You watched the Illusion Only Oblivion run at least 10 times now. Personal comfort video for me. Honestly, that was like a comfort video for me to make. I'm really, really proud of that video. I don't watch back a whole lot of my stuff after I've edited it and uploaded it. unless it's like some of my best of videos for Let's Plays, I really like a lot of those and can rewatch those. But the Illusion one only for Oblivion, I can rewatch that like once a year and have fun with it. There's a few Oblivion ones I can do that with, really. So why do you do it? I will show you why I do the image cutting. This is a little trick I taught myself because I did formally learn how to edit when I was like 14 in high school through a video editing course, but I've taught myself many, many things over the course of 15 years of full-time YouTube. And this is one of the little tricks I taught myself. And I went around and taught a bunch of other people through my initial video series where I showed people how I edit these Pokemon challenges, and I said to everybody, now go make some money. I told everybody, hey, do this, copy what I'm doing, and get some money while there's money to be gotten so it can help you the way it helped me. And you know what? I know several YouTubers who have come to me privately and said, I learned how to edit because of that video, and now I make a living doing it. And they wanted to thank me, and I'm very proud of that. There are YouTubers much bigger than me. You know, Nurbit? I love that guy. His videos are great, and he's a great person. And he told me he learned how to edit from that series, which I'm very proud of. He's much bigger than me now. Deservedly so. Hard worker. Good guy. Okay. Oh, hi, Rocky. Yeah, did you eat all your food? Probably not, because I gave you extra. Okay. So the first thing I do is I grab all my travel footage here. Travel. Hi, Rocky. You putting a claw right in my arm? Thank you. That's not where it belongs, though. Is that all the travel footage? Great, because I forgot a travel footage because small brain syndrome. I'm going to Control R and just set the speed of that to 300 because I think 300 looks pretty good. It's triple speed footage. Okay. Here's what I do. Let's get my Clink footage. So for this, I just want it to end around there. I'm just going to shave off the beginning. And what I'm doing is I already know the first bit of footage is in the first slot. The second one, the stats, why, that must be in the second slot because I made an image there, so I don't need to listen back to it. I hit the wrong button. I fixed it. I don't need to manually rewatch that. I know exactly where it goes. I cut it up in the image. So I can just, now the travel footage, I already sped it up to 300%, so I can just do that, and I can just move it down to where it should be, and boom, that looks good. Charon, I know how long this fight's supposed to go, because it's right here. That's the whole length of how long I talked about it. So I'll take the footage. I find the beginning, I hit the cut in. I find where I want to end it, which is around when Charon shows up to say, you won. Here we go. I hit that, and then I hit period so that it inserts, and I hit R for the ripple tool, and I drag it down to the size of the image, and we can see it just sped it up 265%, and what do you know? The footage, hold on, what happened here? Is there like one frame of weirdness? No? Okay, cool. And now the footage lasts for exactly as long as it's supposed to. So first is Charon at level 12, and he actually almost takes us out right away. Ember is doing tons of damage to us. He heals with a berry, and we'd have fainted if the fight went one more round. Thankfully, his second Pokemon is just a Purloin who is hitting us for 1 damage, so we won. But man, that was brutal. Look at these big brain moves. No one taught me to do that. I just figured it out while editing my first Pokemon challenge that was a really efficient way to do it. When you've done as many different insane, random, weird YouTube projects as I have over the years, you learn a lot of little self-made tricks like that, and it massively speeds up the editing process. How much time did you take to learn all this? I mean, that thing I just came up with on my first Pokemon challenge, but I had done something similar before, like years earlier. I used to do a lot of Payday 2 videos, and 14 years? Oh, well, I've been doing YouTube full-time for 15 years now. 14 and a half, 15, something like that. I've been editing since I was 14 years old. I'm 32 now, so I've been editing in general for like 17 years, something like that. But obviously, once I started doing full-time YouTube 15 years ago, I was editing really, really frequently. When I was doing the Payday 2 stuff, some of my Payday 2 videos were kind of like reviews of new DLC coming out, and the new DLC would have different guns, and so you'd review each gun separately, right? And so I started coming up with a bit of a format I could do and edit quickly to get the video up pretty soon after the DLC dropped, that required that I figure out, like, okay, how do I match times to what I'm talking about, even when I don't have the script done yet? Well, if I record the footage and then I take chunks of it like this and I put it in and I have an image that I cut up at the beginning and the end of when I talk about something, then I visually always know how long it has to last. And I can work from there. I combined that knowledge that I'd figured out years ago from that with this, where it's like, okay, hold on. I couldn't, I did use that to figure out how big of a chunk of footage I wanted to use in Payday 2. For this, it has a new application. With this, in Pokemon, you can speed up the footage, and it's not a first-person game. You're not whipping a camera around. I couldn't speed up footage to show a whole battle or something in Payday 2. That wouldn't make any sense, and I didn't need that in Payday 2. I just needed to know how long I was talking about something to know how long I wanted a clip to be, Whereas with this, there's no whipping around of a camera. It's readable if you speed it up. All of a sudden, I could take part of that old knowledge and with this, apply it in a different way. Simply speed up the footage to be the exact length of my little image clip. That way, what I'm talking about lasts exactly as long as the footage. A lot of challenge people, what they'll do is they'll do a live audio recording of a voiceover as they're watching the footage back to try and get it to match up. Mine is journal entries. That's how I do my challenges. I am giving you journal entries of me writing a live journal as I play the challenge, and I happen to have the footage. The footage is ancillary. You can enjoy my videos with your eyes closed. And a lot of people do. They listen to it during chores or while they're going to bed, because my show is a journal entry about an adventure. That's how I format it, and that's the creative process behind my challenges and why they feel so different than everybody else's. Because I literally am doing a different format. I'm doing my own thing. I don't watch other people's stuff. I'll watch like a little bit of stuff and enjoy something, but then I want to do things my own way, and this is how I do it. This is how I do this specific thing. It's not how I do Let's Plays. It's not how I do anything else. I do everything different. And that's why my show feels different. I made my own assets. I made my own format. I do things my own way. And so it's janky. It's rough around the edges, but that's the thing. You don't come to YouTube for polish. You come to YouTube for texture, and my show feels different. That's why it sticks with people. You can enjoy my challenges without watching them, just by listening to them, because they're journal entries. The fact that there's footage on screen for it is just a bonus. And so I'm not basing my voiceover isn't the thing I'm doing in post where I'm just live riffing on the challenge that already happened. I'm reading my journal entries I wrote as I was going through the challenge, and then I put the footage to that. How long is the video? It is always exactly as long as the audio file of the journal with the flubs cut out. It's an audio book of an adventure. So I can just grab my first gym. I know that I'm not showing each individual Pokemon as their own thing here because the fight was not that complicated. I talked about it as if it's all just one thing because it's a failed run. So I just insert the whole failed thing from beginning to end with just the very end little junk bit cut, because all this is just more of the like looking at my menu thing, right? So I cut it around shortly after I faint. I drag it down so that the speed drags down because I use the ripple tool. And there we go. It now perfectly matches the clip. In complicated battles, where I'm talking about each individual Pokemon that I make faint, I will make a little clip for each one and insert them. Do you think it's easier or harder than doing it the normal way? There is no normal way. Everyone has their own process. A lot of people do that live riffing over the thing because they haven't come up with their own system for it, really. That's not a knock on them. The way they do it is perfectly fine. That's how, like, J-Rose does it, and J-Rose does an amazing job. It's absolutely not a knock on him. It's that we have a different format for a very similar concept. Is this easier or harder? This is more streamlined. but it feels different. I don't know if it's easier or harder. This is probably easier or harder depending on your skill set. I'm a Let's Player first and foremost. I'm good at improv. I'm good at streaming and stuff because of that. I'm not good at reading off a script. I've became good at it because I forced myself to get good at many things. I use my background of doing years of a sideshow where I would do creepypasta, mostly Pokemon creepypasta readings. And that was a sideshow I did for years. And I took that skill set of reading off a script and giving it a bit of emotion, and I brought that forward. The Pokemon challenges took off because, one, luck, and two, it's the amalgamation of many different skill sets I built up over many years coming together. You know, there's that saying, it takes a decade, or like it takes many years to become an overnight sensation. That's true. I was like 11 years into YouTube. I was like 9.5 years into doing daily videos when I blew up. And it was just one random little thing I did that happened to use the many different skill sets I had built up over the years. One of the best challenge videos I've seen in terms of editing and presentation is Pachal's Emerald Kaizo, if you've seen that one. I haven't. I barely watch Pokemon stuff. I love Pokemon, but I barely watch Pokemon stuff. I don't have much time. I mostly watch wrestling stuff, a little bit of political stuff. Mostly just my friends' political stuff, though. Or, like, just a lot of gaming stuff. Some speed running stuff is fun. Anyway. Oh, I saw Sphere Hunter put up a Silent Hill 3 review. I'm gonna check that one out. I really liked her Silent Hill 1 and 2 videos. Jin Animations, good take on it. Has a good take on it. Yeah, I saw her first ever one and thought that was good. She went viral on that one back in the day. Yeah, she's cool. I like her style. Her unique art and everything is really good. And then these are all just, yeah, straight to beginning to end, simple ones. A lot of the battles in this game are beginning to end, simple, just clip it. I don't need to clip the individual battles of it. See, I don't even need to watch most of this footage back, is the crazy thing. I watch it back in here just to get the right length of it. That's why this part of the edit is sometimes very fast. Hold on, I think I talked about Herdier and Watchhog separately in this. As Watchhog came out, I did. So what I do for that is I go from the beginning, I wait until Watchhog faints. Here we go. I find a good spot right in between the battle to clip there and insert. And then I go right to the start of the next one, just to cut out some of that dead time and have it match better. And then I clip to the beginning, and I wait until I faint here, and I put that in. And that way, this matches up a lot better to the fight. Because if I were to have just done the regular thing I do for that, I'd start talking about Watchhog, and I would still be showing a bunch of Herdier on the screen, or vice versa, and things just get really out of sync sometimes. So if I'm talking about individual Pokemon in great detail, then I clip to the individual Pokemon to make sure the speed is just right. So, you know, this clip is playing, let me see, faster than the Watchhog clip. The Watchhog clip doesn't need to play as fast. And then this one, my next try on it, that can all just be one, because I talked about it like it was all one. There we go. Now this clip I actually need to change the speed of, because 300 isn't good enough, because I talked a lot here. So I'm going to drop that to 250 and put it like right in here. How's that look? All right, so we have the bug gym coming up, and I figure this one probably... Yeah, that's cool. All right, right away, the bug gym went great. Right, all three of these fights were just a simple one, so I can just pop all of those in. Oh, come on. There we go, Charon. Learned a new move, pop that in. Change the speed. I should probably be playing music for you guys right now. Sorry, I meant to. It just slipped my mind. Do you guys want music right now, or do you prefer it like this? Because I'm cool with either. Normally, if I wasn't on stream, when I'm doing this part of the process where I don't need to listen to the audio like super intently, I'll be like watching a video on the side, you know? Not really watching it, more so listening to it. I'll be like listening to like something on like the Deadlock Podcast's Patreon, or I'll be like watching some New Legacy Inc. on YouTube. Like before this, I was working on stuff and I was listening to and like half watching New Legacy's massive like 6-hour stream of the showcase mode of the new WWE game that just released. Need any names for a future Clink run? You could call it Brian Cage because it's a machine. Oh, that's a good idea. I went with Guerrero, which I'm also really happy with. You mean Lentil 3? Oh yeah, Lentil 3. This is travel footage because it's clip 16. You can see I numbered the clips whenever I do these challenges so that in the folder they're in, they're always in the order that I played them in. So I don't need to fumble around and be like, oh, where did I put this Charon fight? It's named Charon 2, Charon 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It says what they are in case I need something specific, but the first thing is a number of sequential order in which these things happened. So I never lose what order they're in. It's always easy to find. Again, just another thing I learned after many, many, many years of doing YouTube. These are little things where you do some videos and you're like, damn, I wish I had done this. And then you've learned your lesson and now you do that, you know? It's just one of the millions of little things you teach yourself. Oh, wow, I fainted so early in that one. The nice thing about editing Pokemon Black footage is the actual footage of the fights goes really fast because the text boxes go really fast. It's nice. These Electric Gym ones were all overviews. Okay, so well, even at level 40. Okay, finally, after hitting level... Yep. I can tell just from the first few words I use. If I didn't name the first Pokemon I'm against, then it's probably just what I would call an overview, where I'm talking about the whole battle as a whole rather than the individual blow-by-blow. I do the blow-by-blow if it's like a really in-depth, complicated fight. In team runs, I give the whole blow-by-blow very often. In solo runs, it's just not always necessary. Sometimes a battle really is as simple as I spammed one move and nothing exciting happened, you know? Like, look at how much I need to speed up the Charon fight, because it was a whole ass battle, but, like, I have nothing to say about it. I swept him. I took, like, one hit. So that footage has got to be really fast. And then here we go. Travel footage, just a stable 300, because it looks nice. You can see here it looks nice. Okay, so we have the ground gym coming up, and this is probably going to be awful. We have no answer. See, it's just a stable 300%. Some people look at that and they think like I'm playing that. I must be like playing that part of the game with like turbo mode on, and it's at that speed. No, that's why I'm not like slamming into walls and stuff when I use a bike, you know? Stuff like loss of control you would have when you're playing in fast forward. I do play in fast forward quite often nowadays because people tell me to, and I appreciate it. But I don't when I'm getting travel footage or when I'm like in battles because I think it looks ugly. I would rather just record, like if I need travel footage, I just record 3 or 4 minutes of me doing my normal travel. Don't use speed up during that. That way the footage looks really nice when I speed it up because it's not skipping frames like it would if you're actually using turbo mode. And then, you know, when I'm done the footage, I go back to using turbo mode if it's, you know, a good spot for it. Yeah, blow-by-blow during a Shuckle run would make the video like 20 hours long. It would, yeah. And it's like what Seth said. The overview is very helpful in slow runs like Shuckle. It's great for either very simple fights or very, very long fights. You'll notice I do an overview, not a blow-by-blow, for basically every Psychic Gym in Emerald. Because double battles are unbelievably hard to do a good blow-by-blow on. It's so difficult. It's so much better to just do an overview. It's easier to follow, both for the audience and for me. This was a blow by blow. All right, first try. Palpitoad was next. We take it out, but then exit. Yep. Now, sometimes I actually... Oh, okay, here we go. This is a mistake I make sometimes. People get confused about levels jumping up. If I make a Pokemon faint and I level up, I try to include the level up so the stats are on screen for a second there. One, people are always curious about seeing the stats, and that's just kind of a fun little thing to put in. And two, if I were to just cut like right after he fainted and then cut to here, some people wouldn't look at the experience bar. They just see that the level changed and they'd be like, hey, did you do something? And it's like, no, I just, I leveled up during the fight. But I guess in Pokemon, in Gen 5 runs, that's less of a problem because you can actually see the time, like my system clock in the top right, like right up here. You can see the system clock. So I'm not like cheating. Like if I was cheating, like let's say like I beat this guy and then like I save state during the fight and I try this bit of the fight a million times, then like this time wouldn't match up anymore. It'd be like 10 minutes later or something, So that's how you know. Here we go. I fainted. There we go. Now that footage, I think I actually have to slow down because I talked for ages there. But the footage plays so fast. See? Wow, I thought... Yeah, and the next try isn't until here. So that's why if you ever see my footage play really slow, like that's half speed. We take it out, but then Excadrill comes in. Doesn't look good because it doesn't have enough frames for it. It's just got to delay frames. But I don't have any control over that. What happened to the Let's Play of Pokemon Stadium 2? It hasn't happened yet. I've been rewatching the first Let's Play for the 100th time. I always wondered why I never saw it. Just because it hasn't happened yet. What's the easiest time you've ever had with a Gen 3 Psychic Gym? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do know there's been a couple times where it really wasn't that bad. I don't remember off the top of my head which runs that was, though. I probably had like a really strong water type once and breezed through it. Hi, Screamus. Yeah, Rocky wants me to go to the bedroom. He's sick of me staying up late, but I have a video to edit. Sorry, Rocky. Right, we're on 26 now, and this is definitely just an overview because it's like a sweep pretty much. Yay, all I did was shift gears a bunch at the beginning, and there we go. Swept him. Oh, okay, he's getting on the chair next to me. That's good. And then it's N. There we go. I forgot if... I don't remember seeing anyone say if they wanted music or not. I don't remember how long ago I asked that. If anyone wants music, just let me know. I don't mind putting on music for you. Hey, Rocky, how's it going? Yeah, good boy. Yeah. He's, I have a little like ottoman next to me so that he can lay down next to me while I'm working. Wait, I gotta show old travel footage for this one. In Pokemon Stadium 2, will Dodogama say yeah? If we have a Dodogama, yeah. I mean, I think we'll just say it every time anyone uses Surf. And by we, I mean whoever I have in for it, not What a Geek. He doesn't want to be there for it, just because he was driven insane by the end of Stadium. I think I can convince him to come in for when we're playing mini games, though. I think he'll be up for that. But he doesn't want to be there for the Stadium battles because it takes forever, and it's tedious. And it goes on forever, and it's even harder. Stadium 2 is way harder than Stadium 1. It's completely unfair. It's not even close. We're probably gonna just, like, cheat in Pokemon and stuff, like, really brazenly. We're not hiding it or anything. We're just telling people that in Stadium 2, we're gonna, like, just make Pokemon in the randomizer file or, like, Poke-Edit thing. I don't know what that software is. I'll ask What a Geek for whatever he used and have him send that over. Because he had to do a lot of extra work making those Pokemon for us when we stopped using rentals. Because rentals are not good enough in Pokemon Stadium 2. Okay, right. I'm just going to grab this old travel footage, and we'll just use the tail end of it instead. There we go. Yeah, hi, Rockaboo. Yeah, you want to claw my arm to get my attention more? 29. That's what we're looking for. And this was easy. Charon. Die, Charon. You don't belong in this world. It was not by my... Hi. I'm doing Castlevania quotes, Rocky. God, he just... uncultured. He wasn't even alive for Symphony of the Night. Plume fossil. Ooh, that's like perfect length. Yeah, look at that. That turned out. It was not by my hands that I was once again given flesh. It was humans who wished to give me tribute. Tribute. You take men's souls and make them your slaves. Perhaps the same could be said of all religions. That whole intro of Symphony of the Night's really funny. Hold on, have I messed this up?
Last is Charon, but once again, now that we're the lead...
Yeah, I forgot to put a cut in here. Let's find it. This won't be hard.
Last is Charon, once again, thanks to tons of your ships in. Hit your twice, way to a whole range I was expecting. Well, 5 times, we were absolutely... That went so well. All right, for as awesome as...
Right there. That's the cut I forgot. We're good. It's usually easy to spot when that happens, because like I just sit here and I'm like, I didn't talk about Sharon for that long. That doesn't make any sense. Duh. It's because I forgot one of the cuts. Easy fix. Easy fix. You're hearing Rocky meow, right? When he does, because he's like getting pretty close to the mic when he's doing that. Screamus, don't tell me that your delinquent brother ate every last bit of food, because I fed you guys so much extra. There you go. That was a fucking jump scare? What was a fucking jump scare? His meow? Completely fair. What a geek doesn't want to be there. Rewatching your Stadia one is clear. You descend into madness by the end. I can see him not wanting to go through that again. Yeah, pretty much. There's no hard feelings. Obviously, we're still friends. I mean, you guys just watched how we just recorded a whole bunch of Deus Ex together. We'll probably get Joe in. I bet you Joe would want to be there for it. How come your New Vegas challenges don't have as many views? They're great. Thank you. I appreciate that you think they're great, because I like them too. Does YouTube give you less impressions on those, or what's up with that? Well, they don't get pushed out as much. That's part of it. Especially if I do them now, they like do really badly on views. Part of it is that a lot of people who found me are only interested in Pokemon videos, so they just don't give the other ones a chance. That's okay. They don't need to watch what they don't want to watch. YouTube doesn't push it out as much because of that, though, because YouTube associates my channel quite a bit with Pokemon and not Fallout or, you know, like Skyrim or Oblivion. So that's part of it. It gets less initial views because I don't have as many subscribers who are interested in that, and it doesn't get as many views off like homepage and stuff because my channel's not associated with it, so YouTube does not consider me an authoritative force on that tag, so they're less likely to put it on homepage for people. If it's less likely to be on homepage, it's less likely to do well on homepage. If something does well on homepage above expectation, then they'll put it on more people's homepages, and that's how something goes viral, you know, is that they show it to a handful of people, and if a high percentage of the people who it showed up for clicked it and actually watched a lot of it and engaged with it, then they'll decide, okay, let's give it to a few more people. And then if it does well with them, then let's do a few more people. And if it's very consistently doing well for people within a certain tag, that you don't need to literally put in the tags. I mean, like that YouTube associates it with, you know, gaming, Fallout, whatever. It'll broaden it more and more. Okay, let's show it to this guy who doesn't just watch a shitload of Fallout stuff. He watches some Fallout stuff. We'll put on his homepage too. Is it still doing well? It is still doing well. Okay, let's broaden it out to people who've just been looking up the Fallout TV show. Are they into it? And that's kind of how that works. I know you named your rival Goose in challenges for a while recently and been named Suki. Is everything okay with you? I'll just wonder. Yeah, that's just Goose's new username. Goose has changed username like 100 times over the last 15 years. Goose is like legit probably the 9th username. Suki's the 10th. Suki Moonsong. In the early runs, it was Goosit before it got shortened to Goose. Okay, stats. Let's do Elite 4. Now, these first few are pretty simple, right?
First is second is psychic.
Yep, because I just got fucking annihilated. Yeah, Godfrey and Godfrey Game Square. A million names. Just a million. Hold on. If I don't... Yeah, I don't even need to speed up that footage. I got one shot on the first move. I was outsped in one shot. Is this a blow by below?
Man, okay, so against Grimsley.
Nope. I think Grimsley is. Let me double check. Come on. I hate that Windows does that. It can't tell the difference between a double click and trying to rename sometimes. Because a rename is also a double click, but with an incredibly slight delay.
Okay, so against Grimsley, we got to shift gears once early on before taking out Srafty, but then we're just slightly too weak for a one-shot on Crocodile, so we fainted Earthquake.
Okay, no, that's all just one go. Suki's had like 100 names, and yet What a Geek has had one running gag about all the... Yeah. What a Geek's had the same username since I met him. I met him when he was like 16 or something. I think I was like 19?
So, okay, this is miserable.
Yeah, that's an overview as well. I think literally every remaining fight is an overview. It's very rare that I have this many overviews in one run, but like that's just kind of the run it was. It's what I would call a glass cannon run, where it's either you one-shot all of them or they one-shot you, and there's not much in between, you know? Hey, R-Mode. Glass cannon runs can be kind of fun, but they're usually a short video and not always the most interesting battles.
Okay, never mind. I tried a couple more times.
Okay, cool. QT Marshall.
Third is Ghost Trainer. Fourth is fighting. Man, even with him giving us an extra turn with light screen so we can shift gears.
Cool. Yep, every last one's an overview. There we go. And we'll do this one. Oh, I blacked out really early. That's right, because Zekrom took me out right at the start. Again, it's faint really early or sweep them. And that's exactly what the end fight was. I got taken out really, really early, and then on the winning run, I just sweep the whole team after the first Pokemon. There's not much to say. There's no point in doing a blow-by-blow where 5 of the individual matchups I just say, and then I one-shot him, you know? They didn't even get to try a move. And then Getsis was just an immediate first try sweep. No, it wasn't first try, actually, now that I... Yeah, because my first 2 tries, I think, Kofagrigus either crit me a lot or dropped my special defense with Shadow Ball. But like 3rd try, and it was perfectly fine, because Kofagrigus is actually really bad against steel types. He can't poison you with Toxic, because, you know, you're steel. And Ghost resists, Steel resists Ghost, so Shadow Ball doesn't really work unless he drops your special defense. Yeah, Pikachu's not good at all, unless you have a light ball on it. It's really awful. What about the rush starter run? Oh, I'm all about my rush starters. Here we go, for the ending. I just try and find, like, the beginning of the credits. Farewell, Pokemon Black. And then I just drag it to the end. I Control D at the end to put a nice tasteful fade out.
Have a nice day.
Here we go. That is the entirety of the insert footage step. Now, normally after this is when I would edit the whole beginning of the video, but you guys already watched me do that. That was easy. So now what I do is I go to my previous video and I copy my little MDB subscribe thing, which is not showing up. Oh, Jesus, GPU maxed out for a second. That was weird. It's just this little GIF. Oh, no, it's freaking out again. Jesus. Can you behave, Premiere? Oh my God. It's really freaking out. I gotta give it a minute. Are we good? Sorry, I hope that doesn't mess up the stream too much when that happens, because I know that OBS doesn't like it. Okay, I think it's chilled out. I can, like, yeah, I can move stuff around again. We're good. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. There we go. You can see that thing. Fun fact about this little subscribe bell thing I have, that was actually handmade for me by my friend Dan. You may know him as Dan Seibert. He is the head editor of Game Theory. He's a really good dude. I love Dan. Me and him used to stream Minecraft together, along with Bob Wolf and AJ from Fanatics, and we were called the Cute Boys. We're gonna probably stream that again sometime. We really should. It's like my mom's favorite thing I've ever done on the channel, was just watching me, AJ, Bob, and Dan goofing around in Minecraft, making fun of Bob and his shitty bridge. My GPU hit level 100 and learned explosion. Dude, if I want to upgrade my computer, I need a new motherboard at this point, because I need to be on a new chipset, and that is a daunting prospect, because new motherboard means new CPU and new RAM. We're looking at Canadian money. We are easily looking like $2,000. Like, I need a good CPU for my job. I don't get one of the top crazy fucking $10,000 ones. I'm not a lunatic like that, but I need a strong one. He's the guy who built the really shitty bridge. I love that that's his lasting legacy. And I mean, that is his lasting legacy on Minecraft, because we drilled that home so much how shitty his bridge was. I was making so many bridge jokes, and then Dan started joining. Oh, it's so good. What a good series that was. Okay, so there's no real marker edits to do on this one. Normally I'd be like doing markers along the way that I need to like edit something special on, but that it was just a little text. And then I have that there, and I also copied and pasted in my little Twitter thing. This is an asset I made forever ago, and I just updated it a little over the years. And the little it bouncing in, that's just an effect I made. It's like really, really simple keyframing, nothing special. It's using the old Twitter logo because I like it more. Have you seen the trailers for the Minecraft movie? Nah, I don't watch movies anymore. I don't even know what year the newest movie came out in that I watched. I used to be big into movies in high school. That was half my life ago. Okay, so all that's left is putting in the music, and then I can render it out and put it on Patreon for people to see like 12 days early. So, the Musis. Gen 5, black and white. You can see how organized I have this. I have this shit down to a science. I want combat music, and I want route music. Sometimes I'll put in town music as well, just a little here and there. It's hard for this, though, because these are all the Japanese names of the towns. I don't know them by that. Yeah, I finally watched Kung Pao. Took enough years before I finally did it. I talk about it a bit on Deus Ex, but not much, because it was the failed recording where I talked about it the most. But I will be talking about it in detail the next time I do a Factorio episode with Truth. Because, oh my god, if you haven't seen the most recent Factorio playthrough with Truth, it's in the playlists. We started playing it again. It's really fun and really funny. If you need background noise, do that. Because we barely talk about the game at all. We just go completely off the rails immediately with our weird jokes we do about like Sonic Underground and everything. It's really funny. I'm so proud of it. I really like anytime me and Truth get together for videos because I don't know, I feel like we have a very natural comedic timing together. It's funny how that works out, where you just meet someone on the internet sometimes that you click with really, really well. Literally just, he was some small YouTuber where someone told me, hey, you might like this game Alona. And I do love the game Alona. And he's like, oh, you might like this game Alona. This small YouTuber I watch has a tutorial series on it. So I went and clicked on it. And his sense of humor came through in his tutorial series. I was like, okay, I like this guy. And I watched his videos where he tells the stories of his failed, like, Dwarf Fortress files, and they were really fun. And something I'd always do, I wasn't huge at the time, but you know, I had like at least 50K subscribers. So like it's enough that if you're very small, you see 50K and you're like, oh my God, I hope one day I can do that. If I see someone who's really good at something, maybe they haven't put all the pieces together, maybe they have, or maybe they're like really good, but they just haven't been found yet. I let them know, hey, I think you're doing really well. Like these are all things you're doing really well. You know, just give them that little bit of confidence and just let them know like, hey, I can tell that you work hard. If you have any questions that I might know the answer to, because I've done this for a while, just ask. Don't be shy. I'm happy to help. I do that with a lot of YouTubers that I really like. You know, that's how I met like Paraspector, and his videos are really good. And now he's finally taking off because what do you know? He's really good, and he's been really good for a long time, and he's finally getting some recognition for that. That's how I feel about Truth. He hasn't blown up yet, but if he wants to, he will one day because he is very good. But literally, it's just some random guy I met through like that little chain of things. And it turns out we have this like really great chemistry. So I love having him on the show because it's always really fun. He's such an awesome guy. Really genuinely funny. Yeah, Grimbo and Pumbus. Okay, sorry, rambling. So here's how I do this. I don't need to match the individual routes to the individual places. I don't need to match the individual towns to the individual things, but sometimes I like to, not always. Sometimes you just try and match the mood. Sometimes you just kind of wing it and try something crazy. You can kind of do whatever you want with the soundtrack when it comes to these challenges. So here's what I'm going to do. I want Route 1 music right here because it kind of feels like the beginning of an adventure. That goes to the Charon fight, where I'm going to put in the Charon music. And what I'm going to do now, I crossfaded that over 2 seconds because it tastefully fades into the beginning of your adventure. But the ones in the middle of the adventure, I'm dropping that down to a half a second long fade. Whoops, that was a misclick. Let me copy that effect. So that's a half a second long fade. So it's a little snappier. I mean, it's 4 times snappier. Gonna know you help people and you don't forget where you came from. Yeah, absolutely. I was an absolute nobody for an unbelievably long amount of time. Nobody helped me. Nobody saw anything in me. But my mom. I think my friends probably did, but, you know, we're all just small Let's Players together and stuff. And, yeah, a lot of big YouTubers just kind of ignored me. A lot of big YouTubers. In fact, there were quite a few YouTubers who said, I'm never going anywhere. And a whole lot of YouTubers told me, oh, if you don't do this clickbait thing or this clickbait thing or this thing or this thing, you'll never get big. You're too stubborn. You'll never go anywhere. I always just remember back to Stevie Richards. I'll show you. You'll see. Who's laughing now, bitch? Life's funny that way. Let's grab the gym music here. Battle, gym leader. Turns out people really respect it when you stubbornly do things your own way. It's cost me views, for sure. I could be a lot bigger if I was more into the clickbait and everything. But I always insisted I would succeed anyway. A lot of well-meaning people even who work in the industry. The industry. They told me that you have to move to New York or you have to move to LA. The connections are so good for you. And I'm bigger than them all. I stubbornly said I wouldn't because I don't like LA. And I didn't go because I don't like LA. And what do you know? I did well. I think it was on that Minecraft series that Dan was even saying that you got to move to LA for the connections. And I was like, no. And he's like, you'll change your mind. And I'm like, no, I won't. And then I laughed all the way to the bank when months later I blew up. All right, there's the end fight, so I put in the end music, and then it's a gym leader, so I put in gym leader music. And then it's travel. I'm going to put in this route theme because I like it. And then we have a gym, so I put in the gym. And then Bianca and Sharon, they have the same song. Now it's the desert. I don't feel like playing the desert music. I want to play freezer containers because that feels wrong. And every once in a while I do an editing thing just to make me laugh. And I never bring it up. And every once in a while, you get one person in the comment who says, "What the fuck?" And I never say why the fuck. Because you got to do things to entertain yourself sometimes as a YouTuber. Otherwise, you'll go crazy. YouTubers always come to me and they say, "How the hell did you never burn out doing this as long as you have?" Usually it's younger YouTubers. Not necessarily younger in age, but younger in tenure, where they blew up very early. They blew up very early and they don't know how to handle the attention and the demand and the lifestyle and everything. And I tell them one of the most important things that nobody else ever tells them. Everybody will tell them how they think that they think you should do to succeed, but they don't tell you how to handle it once you do, because they don't know. They don't know because they either haven't been there, or, and it's Ground Gym, either they haven't been there or they aren't handling it themselves in private. And the answer is, you have to remember, if you want this to be your dream job, you have to treat it like a dream job. Because if you grow to resent it, then it's just a job where you work a whole lot extra, where nobody knows how hard you're working, where the buck always stops with you, where you take all of the fall if things don't go right, where everybody relies on you, where people think you're famous and you don't deserve it. There's a million drawbacks. But if you treat it like your dream job, and you're willing to make compromises for the sake of fun, even if it means you make less money, even if it means that you aren't as big, you won't fall out of love with the job. I still love it. It's hard as hell, but there's a lot of jobs in the world that are hard as hell. It could be worse. Could definitely be worse. A lot of people who don't actually know what the job is like would die to have this job, just like being a professional wrestler. A lot of people would die to be at WrestleMania. They don't realize you got to kill your body to do it, and that you got to be one of the 0.01% to even make it that far. There's so much luck, there's so much hours, there's so much wasted money, there's relationships lost, friendships dissolved because you just don't have time, because all you're doing is work, 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 and you have to live the gimmick, brother. But you know what? If it's your dream job and you actually end up loving it, if you love it on a small scale, yeah, that whole "if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life" has never been said by a YouTuber. I work every day, and I do work. Yeah, I'm not going to say I love what I do, and I work every day of my life. That's what YouTube is. "You'll never work a day in your life" is not true. It feels like work. It is difficult. You're banging your head sometimes just trying to get something to work the way you need it to work. There's a lot of stressful nights. Long, stressful nights. Why do you think my sleep schedule is like this? Because if the job needs to get done, no one can get it done but me. So if I need to stay up as late as possible to get it done, well, that's the job. I knew what I was getting into. But I love the job. I'm not complaining, I'm explaining. This is the lifestyle for me. It is what it is, and I'm happy with what it is. I want Ancient Castle? Yeah, I love that song. What do I usually use for stats? Victory Road. Yeah, because that feels like I'm prepping for the final battle. I think it's the opposite. If you love what you do, you'll work harder than you've ever worked in your life. Yes, there's a lot of truth to that. I feel like that explains the mentality of a YouTuber who feels like they're at where they want to be, you know? Even YouTubers who are hungry and still trying to climb feel that way, even if they're not always happy with where they are and they might be frustrated with it. You love it, and you'll work very fucking hard for it. You will work much harder on it than you will yourself, which is another way a lot of YouTubers will hurt themselves. They don't take care of their body, and they wreck their backs and their necks sitting all day. and they don't take care of their nutrition, they don't take care of their mental health, and they don't take care of meditation or whatever it is they need to do to center themselves. That's why. Hi, Noonie. What's up? I got all the cats around me now. Yeah, Noonie, I can hang out with you soon. I'm almost done the stream, buddy. Just followed you on Twitch, by the way. Thank you. I do most of my streams over on Twitch. You'll probably catch me there more often. I'm gonna try and stream almost every day in April. Sorry, I forgot what month is next. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna try and stream almost every day in April. I can't promise every day, but like I'm gonna try most days. It's not gonna be easy. I might even have some GI appointments with like my specialist in April. I might be getting scoped. I don't know. I see that I got the consultation with the GI on Wednesday morning. So we'll see when my next appointment is. I figure chances are I'm getting scoped. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't want me to get scoped. But I'll keep you guys up to date on Twitter like always. And maybe like some video outros once I have some more definitive answers, We are nearly done, by the way. So we're going to wrap this up soon. If you guys have any questions you want to ask or just anything you want to say to me, now is a great time because the cats are really trying to get my attention right now. I know it's not food. They just want me in the bedroom. It's that time of night where they really like chilling out with me in the bedroom. We'll all lay on the bed together. I might play a little Steam Deck or something. Yeah, you're getting antsy. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, Noonie. Okay, let's get some nice music in here. I want other. All right, I don't like that outro song for this. It's too action-packed to be at the end of a run. It's not good credits music. Oh, I love that song. Now, I do a slow fade for the music again when I'm going to the credits because that just feels more appropriate. Driftvale City is a bop, but it's kind of action-packed. I want more chill stuff for the end. God, that's good. I like a lot of the Gen 5 music. There we go. That fades out perfectly. I don't even need to like fade that one out like I would normally. Normally I like fade this out here, but like, look, that's just where the song naturally ends. I can do like this. Check out this. There's a 7 there. I don't think I read that last one yet. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day. Oh, Noonie's in my lap. There we go. That is a finished... Sorry, Noonie. I know I'm being loud. I'm projecting to a microphone. I know you don't like it. That is a finished Pokemon challenge. I don't have the thumbnail done. Don't stand on the keyboard. I don't have the thumbnail done, but that takes me like a few minutes in Photoshop because I've made my own template for it, and I'm very efficient at it. I need to do like the metadata of, doing the description and all that crap, but that's whatever. That's not interesting. You don't want to watch that. That, and I can't upload while I'm streaming. My internet would fucking barf all over itself. Playing Stardew Valley recently after you streamed it the other day. Gonna name a cow after you because you got one named after you, but I got a dinosaur before a cow, so you're a dinosaur. Hell yeah. Hi, Noonie. Yeah, you're in front of my keyboard now. Thank you. You're really making my job easy. Yeah. Is it their bedtime? Yeah, kinda. Actually, they just woke up, I think. That's why they're so full energy. But they want me in the bedroom so that we can all lounge together. Yeah. Oh, my back is starting to hurt. I've been sitting too long. Normally, I'd be taking a lot of standing and walking breaks during the editing process, but, I'm streaming. I can't really do that. I can stand and, like, stretch a tiny bit, but, like, I can't take, like, a 15-minute walk break all the time like I normally would. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hi, Noonie. Yeah, you're right in my face. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a fun time. I'm probably not going to do this super often because I would have been done this edit an hour and a half ago. Legit like an hour and a half ago if I wasn't talking to you guys the whole time, but that's okay. Because I knew it would take longer because I'm streaming it. So I just hope you guys had fun. Let's, I guess we'll take this off screen. Boop. And I'll put the memes back on. And song. Let's, nope. Bye, Noonie. Put some Snook a Splash on. Here we go. Now, if any of you are, where's the thing? Nope, wrong thing. Where's, there we go. Sorry, the chat disappeared on me and I had to pop it back up. Yeah, so sorry, brain is grinding to a halt here. Yeah, if you're following me on Patreon, if you are pledged to me on Patreon, at least $1, then you will get this whole video viewable in like, I don't know, an hour, maybe less. I've just got to upload it, which won't take long at all. I got to render it, which will take legit like 5 minutes. I remember back when rendering used to be like twice the length, sometimes more, of a video. Modern Adobe software is way faster at rendering these kinds of simple gameplay videos. So I'll render it in like 5 minutes, maybe 6. It's going to be a small file size because it's a smaller one than usual. I'm on wired internet now, so my upload is a bit faster. I can get this uploaded pretty quick. It's a small size, so YouTube will process it quick. Legit, I can get this viewable on Patreon in under an hour. There's gonna be some little delays because I want to like walk and stretch out and stuff. Get some food in me soon. I made like a protein smoothie right before the stream to keep me nice and full, but I'm gonna need another meal before bed. It's already like 2 a.m. almost. So, I'm gonna have to figure out something that I want to cook up. So yeah, I had a fun time. I hope you guys had a fun time. Is there anything you want to say or ask or anything before I pack it in? Let me stand up and stretch. Oh. Oh man. Oh, I got a big like discomfort in my left side along my waistline at the front when I stood up. Too much sitting down. This is what I'm going to the GI about, is those waistline, it's not pains. I guess it's kind of sore sometimes. Oh, it feels like pressure on the inside. It's just awful. I don't even get it every day. I just get it sometimes, and it comes with like other issues that you probably don't even want to know about. It might be related to those blood pressure drops that made me pass out and go to the hospital like fucking 7 or 8 months ago now. Because, you know, the healthcare system here is unbelievably slow. You know that GI appointment I have in a couple days? Hi, Chair Thief. Rocky jumped up on my chair. Yeah, that GI appointment that I've been waiting for that's happening in a couple days, it was booked 6.5 months ago. And I had to wait like a month for my doctor to even get that booked. And it was a month before I got that doctor's appointment where she then got it booked. Because I was at the hospital and they were able to book other specialists for me, but they said they couldn't book the GI for me. That's something that your family doctor has to do, but they all said like, absolutely see a GI. This is probably a GI thing. But then my doctor couldn't see me for like a month and a half, and then she took like a month to actually get the paperwork done to have that happen. And then there was that funny incident where I got the email about my appointment on stream, so I read it out on stream because the GI... Oh, there, I just got the, Yep, my chat crashed. Let me fix it. I gotta refresh it. I got the out-of-memory error. How fun. YouTube will never fix that shit. I swear to God, they're never gonna fix their memory leak on that page. There, I can see the chat again. Yeah, there's that stream where on stream I read the PDF where the GI sent an email with a PDF with my appointment details, but the whole first page of it was him openly bitching about my doctor's office and how my doctor's office's staff is incompetent. It was very funny. I can't imagine why I was CC'd in on that beyond that the GI was very disgruntled with my doctor's office. Oh, it was really funny though, because I had a bunch of issues with the staff of my doctor's appointment, or my doctor's clinic, and my mom has too. It was Devour. I don't think it was Devour. Was it Devour? It would have been on the pre-stream if it was on Devour. But yeah, it must have been like 6.5 months ago. Is that how long ago we did Devour? That feels wrong, but it might be. I don't know, time just melts by when you're in your 30s. Oh, so rough. Have you considered using Drudagon in Pokerogue? I've considered it. I actually consider it every day of my life, just to reconfirm that Drudagon sucks. It was that or Lethal Company? Yeah, those are at about the same time. Man, how was that so long ago? I feel bad. I gotta stream with them more. Els has a new username. She's Els Bells now, which is such an upgrade. Her old username was fine. It's like Els and Cream or something. I don't know. Els Bells rocks. I love that name. I gotta stream with her again, though. They're really fun to stream with. Got into wrestling this year. What matches are you most looking forward to at WrestleMania? I mean, how can you not be excited for Cena, right? Cena going heel for the first time in 21 years. I am intensely interested in that. I became a fan of pro wrestling around when Cena first went face. And although I went back and rewatched a lot of stuff from before my time, obviously, like, I've watched a ton of 80s and 90s stuff. Not just in WWE, I mean wrestling in general. I watch NWA, I watch all kinds of shit. I watch lots of TNA. AEW, New Japan, a lot of things over the years. But during my time as a fan, the guys that I think of as modern guys that I watched live at some point, yeah, of course, Cena. He's one of them. And so, like, I knew his whole heel run. I enjoyed his heel run initially, just when I went back and watched it. But this is the first time I get to see him in real time as a heel, and it's very interesting so far. Yeah, the peel, he cut a promo on Raw. I saw some clips of it on Twitter, and I love what he had to say, because it comes from a very real place, you know? I think it's very important with a good villain in wrestling that you don't agree with them. You don't agree with their point of view or what they've done, but you do understand it. You understand where they're coming from. It's coming from a real place. It's believable that someone who went through this would think this way, even if you don't agree with them and even if you think they're in the wrong. And he's very good at that. He did such a great job bringing real things about how fans rejected him for years and years and years and years. And being able to bring that and say, you guys treated me like garbage, I'm doing things my way. That's fair, you know? It's not right, but of course he would think that's fair. That's a good storytelling. I really like that. I'm very interested to see where it goes. I think he could win the title at Mania, break the record, and then end out his career on one last heel title run. It'd be pretty cool. I don't know the rest of the card, though, because I don't watch WWE. I used to, but when they got rid of the network, it became very, very hard to watch it in Canada. They stopped taking my money. So I just fully went back to watching everything else, because I already watched everything else anyway. I just took WWE out of my rotation. So I only watch, like, the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania now. I'll just bum the stream off like my friends. Like, they'll be streaming it on Discord and I'll watch it. Yeah, I don't have Netflix, so I'm just gonna, like, watch it on the Hero, you know Hero They Call Me? We used to have that podcast together. Great guy. He does watch-alongs on his Discord server of the big WWE pay-per-views, so I'll just, like, jump on there and watch it with them. It'll be fun. It's open to the public if any of you want to jump in and be in the voice call with us and all watch it together. Just look up Hero They Call Me. He's a small YouTuber and streamer. I love that guy. He's a great dude, and he's very funny. And on his Discord server, they do watch-alongs of those WWE pay-per-views. And it's just an open voice call. Anyone can join it. I'll be in there with him. It'll be like you're a member of the Heroes Wrestling Podcast. which is a podcast that doesn't exist anymore, and it sucked, but we had a fun time with it, and it's not on the internet anymore. All right. Yeah, cats have stolen my chair. They're trying to drop hints on me that they want to go to the bedroom. Dom was so good at being a heel that he somehow turned more heel in that run. Yeah, I know, right? He had a heel turn as a heel, and it worked. That's nuts. Dom is so fucking funny, though. I love Dominic Mysterio. His sense of humor is great. Whether you're seeing him in interviews or podcasts or even Twitter, he's so fucking funny. Oh, I love that guy. He's always been good, though. Some people were shitting on him when he first showed up on, like as a face. I thought he was good. I always liked him. But obviously he's so much better now. You know, he's got more time in, he's got more practice in, and he's such a fun character. I enjoyed the Heroes Wrestling Podcast. Hey, I enjoyed it too. I'm just saying it was also garbage. It was enjoyable garbage. All right. Sorry, I'm rambling too much. I'm having fun. Okay, no fun allowed. Let me close that. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot Hulk Hogan's on the screen. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get this shit rendering, and I'm gonna get some walking in and some stretching in, and get some food in me, hang with the cats a bit. You know, just all the stuff I need to do. It's 2 a.m. I'm probably gonna be awake for like another 3 fucking hours. And it is what it is. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.